Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another week of Taking High Ground Fridays. Man, we're glad to be here. We got a lot of people in here already. Appreciate y'all. But anyway, obviously we've in the in between. We don't have any more cards yet. It's a new season on the horizon. I'm interested because as y'all know, if history repeats itself, the new chapter, season 2 is always the best. So I'm interested to see how good that is. I haven't played a lot this season, but looking forward to a couple different things. But what's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm happy to be back. I still have a cough, so if you guys hear me cough, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get through this without coughing.
Yes.
Nichols, Natron, Inky Bread, what's going on?
What's up, y'all?
What's going on? Funk Day, Funkadistic. I don't know how to say y'all's names, man. Richard, Mitchell, what's going on? Matthew Fair, JL, JT. I was thinking about you, but I'm not gonna tell you why. Um, see, Dill, what's going on, everybody? I've been actually playing this week, since I've been getting back.
Yeah.
I played with Black Ash the other day. I played with Wayne and Westrom not too long ago.
Sweet.
So I've been getting back into it. Um, so I haven't actually played enough this season. I
Yeah.
hate the shotguns. Like I hate the
Hmm.
shotguns. I'm almost elite. I think
Hmm.
I'm like 40% away from elite now.
Yeah.
So I was going fast, man. I'm getting up there. I'm gonna try to get to elite before
There you
March
go.
8th.
For March 8th. Yeah, it's been weird for me. I finishing
Oh
up
wait, I'm
a
sorry, not elite,
yeah.
Unreal. I'm
Unreal.
already
Yeah,
got.
I
You
figured.
know what I
Yeah, I
meant.
figured. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
almost Unreal.
I'm pretty sure Elite was probably within the first week or so, week or
Yeah, I
two.
think the second
Yeah.
day I got like elite, and then I
Yeah.
stopped
So that's
playing.
I knew exactly
Yeah.
what you meant, but yeah. So the for me it's been interesting working on a project, almost finishing a project, I should say. So for THG, excited about that. So I probably won't finish the season off if I'm being honest. I'm not even gonna lie. I might get like one more day in, but yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been fun. I'm looking forward to the next season.
Yeah, I'm working on a THC project too that you know about, but
Yeah.
I haven't told you about to go back to the drawing board a little bit, but
Hmm.
our developer wants PSD files instead of
Yeah.
what I have, so I have to do a little bit more work.
We
But we got big
this
things coming.
yeah.
Hopefully, before the next set comes out, there's gonna
Yeah.
be a big revamp for the website, adding more features and stuff to help people collect. So stay tuned for website updates. Um, Keep posting in the Discord. There's like the section for like fixes and updates. I haven't gone through them because I'm planning a big update to the site.
Hmm.
But please, if you find anything that's wrong with the site, please let
Yeah, this
me know.
this is gonna be major. This is something that me and Dylan have been looking forward to for a while, just as collectors. So and then
Hopefully it works.
yeah,
Hopefully it works the
yeah.
way we're
I
envisioning it.
I think it will, especially for like you said, the new sets and everything in the future. I think it's going to be extremely strong, but it's going to help a lot of. I mean, collectors don't stop, so I think we're good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Before we get into too much stuff,
Yep.
there was a new. So Lily, if you guys know Lily, he found. Let me see if I can pull this up. Share screen. He found an alternate cover to the Fortnite Foundation comics.
I seen that. I seen
So
that.
yeah, he found this cover. Now this wasn't actually produced. It
Hmm.
looks like. So this is the one who did all the coloring, I believe. This is the artist that did all the coloring. He was also commissioned to do his own cover,
Yeah.
apparently, but it never got produced. Um, and he even got this. He bought the sketch from him, and
Hmm.
he's signing it for Lily.
That's
Um,
dope.
he also had all five of the issues, so Lily
Really,
bought those as well. Yeah.
that's interesting.
Well, I mean, that's on par because we thought all the contributors to the comic got it, and this
Hmm.
is still proving to be true.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, I think I counted at one point 11 contributors.
Hmm.
So that puts at 5 times 11, plus the 50 or so that the actual artists of the black and white
Yeah.
sold. So that puts us around like 100 total copies, right? I think roughly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense that he would have the set. So
Hmm.
Lily was able to get that as well.
It was
So
most
that's a
I was talking about getting all of them or getting them in his hands. Lily side, but yeah, that's
yeah.
dope.
So yeah, it's really cool, and he got one of the original covers. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't ever released. So, but still, very, very cool.
Great story. Great story when it comes to
I think
comes down to it.
I don't know what made him possess them to go and look that up and like reach out.
Yeah.
So whatever. I mean, this reminds me of Westrom, who's like scouring eBay looking for the logos. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people who put in that work find really cool stuff.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
like, don't stop searching for stuff, and like, it doesn't have to be out there. So look at
Hmm.
the comics, look at the artists who or the contributors, and then start doing some research. That's how you
Yeah.
find really cool stuff. So I'm
Gotcha.
jealous because I still want the trade dress version with
Yeah.
the blue
Yeah.
text. I still
Yeah.
want that one. I don't want the
No.
full complete set. I
Hmm.
just want the virgin and the trade dress if
And
I
the trade
can.
dress.
Who knows if that'll ever happen though.
It'll happen, bro. JT said more Italy prototype.
He's he said even if our 50 got
Yeah.
bashed, who was
Yeah.
bashing our 50,
Yeah.
our top
MC.
50?
MC. It comes with the territory, bro. You know. It comes with the territory.
You found a giant grail art last week. Was it Fortnite related? Because
Dang.
I'm never mind. I'm not gonna even say what I found.
I forgot to get the pictures, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people seen it already. They did release a Switch controller of Pili,
Hmm.
and then a Midas controller for a corded Midas controller for Xbox, which was an interesting decision. But nonetheless, the artwork on that is amazing. It reminds me of one of the Midas shirts that was released on the Midas side, and then obviously it's Pili. But this is the type of stuff that we look at. The market roster, if it's two options, what you going with, and then seeing that it was a
Yeah, but
Midas
you
and
see
Pili this
Peely and
time.
you see Peely on the freaking like the
Yeah,
refrigerators and
everything,
everything. Is Yeah,
everything.
Peely's I mean, he's dominated so far.
Yeah,
Now I missed it. I guess he got rescued. Were there
yes, he
any
did.
cut scenes or anything, or were there any loading screens that showed it?
It was a loading screen. I think it ended up being a loading screen, and then Fortnite official page posted it as well.
I saw like the portrait version.
Yeah, the
Was there like
portrait
an
version.
actual long
I
loading
believe so.
screen
Don't
version?
quote me on that though. But I did when I think I was looking at Fire Monkey's post. I think it said loading screen, but I was just kind of scrolling past it, so don't know for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up to date on that, but I wish we'd get more videos in between the seasons. What's up,
Hey,
Schwartz?
it's up, shit.
My tag order is ready, so we'll be ripping my cards as soon as I get them. They'll probably come next week. I don't
Yeah.
know when I'm gonna rip them open yet. What do you think? Should we do it on the Friday live? That's too long.
If
Wednesday,
it if it comes on a if it comes before the Wednesday, then Wednesday would be like it's gonna be hard for Dylan to keep this sealed. So you might
dude.
if it
Yeah,
like so for instance, if it comes on a Monday, you just gonna have to go live. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think I looked at the thing. It said Tuesday.
Okay,
So
Tuesday. I still don't think Dylan can wait another day, so
yeah.
he might have to just go live and just do it
We'll see.
that
So
way.
stay tuned next week for some
Yeah,
live rips of some graded cards. I
yeah.
know it's not y'all's favorite, but it's tag. So, but I'm
No,
excited.
I like the way they do it. I do like that they package them up that way. I think that was a dope concept. Kind of some of the things that you have to do to compete with some of the big dogs.
Hmm.
Some of those big dogs you don't have to try too hard with, but you get the point.
Yeah, I'm just excited to get my Gold Trooper back in my hands.
Yeah.
I've been missing it, so yeah,
Eh,
you do have to kind of throw crazy numbers. So there's one piece of art that I've been trying to get,
mm,
um, and they weren't for sale for a long time, and now it is going for sale. I don't know if
interesting.
I'll be able to get it because he didn't give me a price yet.
He didn't give no, but that's the crazy thing. Like that's why I like collectors that's committed to their fringe part, like JT. Whereas like JT throw them numbers. It's like, yeah, I thought about keeping this for a couple years. This was my first official, cover or something like that. And then JT throw that price, and it's like, yeah, you know what? I think I can let this go. So,
Yeah, I think
so I think I can
I
let this
seen
go.
Black Ass do that a couple times with
Yeah,
cards too,
yeah,
or even like people who yeah, I'm gonna keep it to myself because I know you guys are gonna say I don't know if anybody else even wants it. It's just more of a PC
yeah.
kind of thing.
Don't yeah,
But
definitely don't say that.
I ain't gonna blurt it out because you
No.
guys would be all over the place
That's the that's the collector side where you got to keep that tuck till you either turn it down or you get it.
until I acquire it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what my wife did get me?
What's up?
My wife got me a Valentine's Day gift. You guys might appreciate this.
Who is it?
It's me.
Oh, I did see. I seen the advertisement on that. That's
It's
dope.
got a PlayStation 5 controller in hand. Looks a little bit better
Yeah,
than I do, but manufactured
I like that.
perfection. No, it's pretty dope. She wanted it to be right in the center of the
Yep.
stream, so I had to share that.
Now
That
your
thing's pretty
now
cool.
your big head is covering it, bro.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
know.
keep it to the side.
That's what we gotta do for our proto guy. We gotta get him some Funko
You gotta
Pops.
get that Funko Pop.
Right, Kari? She was like, "What'd you get me? I bet you mine's better than yours." I was
Yeah,
like,
she beat you at whatever you
She
got
definitely
her.
beat me. I'm not even gonna tell you guys what I got her because it's not nearly as cool as that. It's a one of one, That's pretty.
When they say that, you know you lost pretty much. When that you just know you didn't beat that one.
Yeah, yeah. He's not holding an
Oh,
aura card. No, I don't even know if they would be able to do that, but that would have been kind of cool.
that would have been
I
dope.
think the controller was the easiest. That would have been dope though.
Yeah, yeah. Even though you mouse and key, no, I'm playing.
No,
But
I switched back. I switched back. I figured out the issue was one of the chords, so I switched it. So I'm back to
yeah,
controller.
yeah,
It was too hard being that bad for so long. So
yeah.
I just wasn't playing enough to get good at it.
I had to switch controllers like a couple months ago, man. That I really rocked with the company, but the controller didn't hold up, bro. Like I think about it.
It wasn't a scuff.
No, well, what I liked about this one, this is a hyper controller. What I liked about this one was the back buttons. It was like the mouse click and it was a little bit smoother. So like when my hands is on it, I didn't feel it.
Mm.
Everything was good about it, but the stick drift happened so fast, bro. It was like
My
6 months.
PS5 scuff hasn't gotten
Like
stick drift like the old one. And no,
yeah.
Shane, my aura is not for sale. No, that one's sticking with me. I'm actually looking for a raw aura.
Shane, test it. Shane, test it. We'll see. Shane,
Well,
test it.
there's already one on eBay for 4,500. So like I'm not selling it for that. So you might as well buy the one off of eBay at that point.
Shane, I think his aura got a price. Hot take. I think his aura got a price.
Yo, what's up, Marvel? What's going on, man? Yeah, there's some on eBay, so you can go for those ones because I'm not trying to sell it. Not that I couldn't use the money. That's true. 5K takes it. That's
JL,
fine.
he letting it fly, bro.
I let it fly. I'll go buy the other one and have 500 profit. I'm cool with that. I'm not dumb. I'm
Yo,
not dumb. I'll take it. I'll take
man.
charity if I can.
Marvel Madness, what's up? What's up? Good seeing you here, man.
Oh, dude. So Marvel Madness, are you the one that liked? Is he the one that liked Wolverine?
Yes.
So I found the actual sketch art for that cover with Wolverine
Did you?
fighting Rust, and the guy wanted 20K for it
Mm.
for the original
X-Lord.
sketch.
You talking about X-Lord, right?
Yeah, X Lord.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that's a clean cover, man. That
yeah.
joint is
He wants
fire.
20. He wanted 20K for that. I didn't ask him recently. I asked him way back when, but I was going
Yeah.
through my messages and I
You
saw
found it?
what he was asking for, and it reminded me of Marvel Madness. That's
Yeah.
the original sketch though. So
See, if that X Lord was on cards, it's the X Lord with the jacket and everything on. But if it was the one on that was on that cover, if it was
hmm
that style, I would have told Marvel Madness to collect that one because it kind of fits the Wolverine aesthetic, but it's a different style.
is that the name, JT? Let me look it up real quick because you know this stuff way better than I do. It probably is. Let me look. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the guy wanted 20K for that.
Man, you're right, Richard. It does. I forgot about the reloaded X Lord one that does have the it's not shiny, but it's a good card for sure.
Now, have we talked about the top 50 yet at all, or did we
No,
just?
I waited. I waited. I
Is that
waited.
what we're doing today?
We can run through that joint, bro. I think it's needed.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. I'll show you the cover real quick. Let me pull that joint up for
Here.
you.
Yeah, while you pulling it up, I'll put it on the screen.
So this is the cover, and the original sketch was like I think he wanted 20K, but that was like a year ago.
Yeah. That was the so X Lord was chapter 1 season X, right? I thought
Yeah,
I I thought that was I thought that was the best skin in
I
that
like
battle
X
pass.
Lord.
Yeah,
I
I thought that
like
was the
X
best skin in the
Lord.
battle. for
because he's
sure.
fresh, right? He's
Yeah,
like, yeah, he's fresh as heck. I like him. I actually know. I actually like him in the red,
yeah, yeah. No,
and I'm not even. I don't
and
even
that's
like
not.
red like that.
You don't like red, right?
But I was rocking him for a while like that, though, for sure.
No, that's
Um,
that was Oh yeah, let's go back on this one.
let's go back to the. We're gonna go over the top 50 here.
Yeah,
I know some people had some issues, so I don't know.
awesome.
I don't know how you want to do it. If you guys want to talk about like which ones in particular as we go through. I mean,
Yeah, we
Black
can.
Knight, y'all get Peely, you get.
You
I'm
can.
sure some people have some things to say about Drift, but
I don't
I
know.
feel
Let's
like
see.
Drift has kind of proven himself
Mm-hmm.
in the card market, and
Yeah.
he's
No,
probably one
it's.
of the most like well-known tier 100 skins.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
correct me if I'm wrong, he was like one of the first to really get like an alternate style from like the beginning of the past to the end.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I think
chapter.
he's the
Yeah.
because then the next would kind of be what do you call it, Dire, right? That'd be the next big
Mm-hmm.
one like
Yeah,
that.
because after that, it became it became a consistent thing.
Yeah, we ain't moving anything. We're just talking through it. I'm not
Yeah.
changing anything, Shane.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Nothing's changing at all.
Bright Bomber. Now, see, I'm sure a lot of people got some hate for this, but
Yeah.
you never see a PSA 10 for sale, right? And you see a lot of the Dark Bombers go up. But I think that Bright Bomber is more nostalgic, and she's the original skin. And because of her marketing, I think she has just more potential than Dark Bomber in general.
Yeah.
Um, but I do get why some people might have been upset that Dark Bomber was lower than Bright Bomber.
Yeah, and JT and Richard is saying Bright over Drift. That's very possible. That's the thing.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah,
possible. Like
I
that.
can see that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even debate that one. Bright Bomber is iconic, man. I mean, there's
She
no
she could be a top three.
she
I mean, if
could
you talk about just being iconic for Fortnite,
hmm
Bright Bomber is up there with Peely.
for sure.
Honestly, could be above Peely. It's just Peely is so well marketed,
Yeah.
but like OG status wise, like Bright
See,
Bomber brings you back.
so what? So for me, me and Dylan have our y'all kind of are getting some of the way we digested this on the exclusive content. But for me, the decipher between even though they weren't going against each other, but between a Pilly and a Bright Bomber is that Bright Bomber, when it comes to like likes, is not as high as a Pilly. Like Pilly,
Yeah.
it's nothing that he doesn't hit besides usage. You know what I mean? And so and Bright Bomber is not extremely high on usage. So Pilly will always kind of tap,
Now that's
go
because we
crazy
don't
past
have
that.
we don't have chapter one data. If we did, Bright Bomber would be probably a lot higher in usage.
Oh yeah, and usage.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, what we didn't do this time that we did last year that we technically could have done is the multiplier. We didn't do the
Yeah.
multiplier on the but we really didn't need to because we judged it based off of those things, like the same way we moved through that. Uh I think that Bright Bomber is one of those ones that when people realize that there's nothing that she's not a part of and they use her for every major moment, just
Hmm.
like Pilly and even like Fishstick. To be honest, in most cases she's slightly above Fishstick when it comes to even the market side. So yeah, I think Bright Bomber was a great one.
Yeah, and like I guarantee you, once we start going to like once we actually do like trade shows and stuff like that for
Yeah.
Fortnite, how many people are gonna be dressing up at cosplay as Bright Bomber? It's gonna be like through the roof. I swear,
100%.
I swear it is. Skull Trooper number 5. That's not a surprise. If that's a
No.
surprise, I mean,
No,
I don't know what you've been
I
paying
have one
attention
thing.
to.
I do have one thing to say on this. Do you remember about 2 years ago? It might have been a little bit longer than that. It was the conversation of Pilly versus Skull Trooper. Skull Trooper, he ruled. If y'all don't remember, Skull Trooper ruled the pop report. He was the most submitted
Hmm.
Series 1 Crystal Shard at that time. Obviously, people didn't pull the BKs or that was a little bit harder. Whatever the case may be, at that time, Skull Trooper probably, what would you say, maybe 10 to 12 over every other Crystal Shard. Like
Oh
he
yeah, for
was,
sure. I mean,
yeah,
he at one point Skull Trooper was like that was the card. It
yeah,
wasn't Black Knight, you know what I mean? They were just jumping to Skull Trooper.
yeah.
It,
Which rifle? See, the interesting part about the top five, like the Skull Trooper, the Bright Bombers, the Pillies, and BKs, it's the it's debatable on the pure impact on OG as on the OG
hmm.
aspect because they all fit different modes. BK is kind of the mirror for that because that was like the beginning of the era. But
Yeah.
Skull Trooper was used more. You know, he
Yeah.
was used more.
So
Like
like,
people.
because BK was like there before people were playing the game, but Skull
Mm,
Trooper was there when everyone was playing the game. If
mm.
that makes sense, like that's when like because you couldn't get Black Knight, but you could still get Skull Trooper, not purple
Well,
Skull Trooper,
well,
but
the
that's he got super popular. He got super
well,
popular
it
then
was Skull Trooper was popular since I mean from the
since
jump,
he
but
released, but
yeah, but what happened was is that Skull Trooper what like what Dylan was referencing, Skull Trooper wasn't released for it's been too long ago now. I can't remember exactly when he was
we
released
could we could
again. But he came
because
back
did they it's hard for me to remember. Did they only release him during Halloween time all the way in the beginning too?
yeah,
When
he
did they
was.
start? When did they start only releasing them during
Oh,
Halloween?
matter of fact, I do remember. So it was Fortnite. So that was chapter 1, season
Season
six.
six?
Six,
Yeah,
yeah. So that's when he came back out. But for context, y'all, Black Knight back bling was even more popular. Like,
yeah.
and so what you would see was Skull Trooper, Renegade Raider, even Bright Bombers.
Hmm.
You would see them wearing the Black Knight back bling because that was like a status symbol.
Because
So it
so
was,
it's like
yeah,
wearing Black Knight without having to wear the Black Knight. That's basically
exactly.
what you're doing, right? So like,
Hmm.
yes, I have the Black Knight, but everyone
But
knows he's too bulky. I'm wearing the back bling, so I do the same thing with the Blue Squire shield,
yeah.
even though I like it. So no, yeah, that's exactly what
But
they're saying.
even then, but because that was before the bulky conversation came in. But to Dylan's point, that what there were options that people chose over actually wearing Black Knight and just wearing that back bling was the case even before the bulky debate happened. But that was definitely it.
So
And
so Drift's nostalgia, Richard, is kind of like was like a more long tail story.
mhm,
So when like Drift came out, it's like every season we get glimpses and stuff of the storyline of Drift, and it's really the only character outside of like the main storyline of the seven that really got like deep story. Even Midas,
mhm,
he had a season, but Drift, like throughout the seasons, they sprinkle different stuff with his whole grouping and stuff. So like he has a whole fan base based on that.
mhm,
Um, that's what separates him from like Skull Trooper and that kind of nostalgia. His is more like you don't hear about Skull Trooper anymore, but you still hear about Drift a lot.
mhm.
And
And
so it's just a different kind of nostalgia.
And to be honest, I thank you for doing that, but I'm gonna just say on Richard, and that's actually completely false. Is if you look at, I don't know what you looked at, Richard, but if you look at anything, if you watch any of the videos of the tier 100s, if you look at all the nostalgia, Drift is always there because Drift was a part of that major ascension. So like chapter 1 season 3 was like that was like peak Fortnite. Then it was ascending from there, but Drift was that first major, like I would say like that tier 1 that really had a lot going for it. And I mean, you can, it's all on YouTube. Just look it up as far as you want to go back. Drift is there. And that was with a lot of research on my end. So I can definitely attest to that.
Skull Troopers, and I mean Gold Trooper is iconic too. So what we were talking about is like a lot of these skins are in like the same tier,
Yeah.
right? So people say like Bright Bomber over Drift and stuff like that, or even Skull Trooper. Really, we're not psychics. Like the market
Mhm.
is going to determine. Right now,
Yep.
what we're trying to do, like our market's small, but once nostalgia really hits and people start actually building up collections and stuff like that, the
Yep.
market will literally determine. No one's going to be
Hmm.
able to like control this.
Hmm.
So we're just trying to help like figure out what are people going to love the most. So all these things are going to be able to switch between a couple. And I think Shane mentioned Tigress. This is one like we could even see make the list over a couple of people.
Hmm.
But like we said before, it's like there wasn't enough graded of her to compete. There wasn't enough sales to compete right now. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of cards that could kind of like flip flop or like the same tier. And we're only
Yeah.
doing a top 50, so it's really difficult.
Yeah, so I'll give some more perspective on that, Shane. I agree. I like Tigers. I was actually just talking to Black Ash about this week. It's a couple cars that's in this bubble. Is Zadie, Echo, Tigers, and you can even throw Ruby in there. The, as time goes on, if the more cars that comes into the market and stuff like
Mhm.
that, you'll really realize how that falls. Maybe they drop, maybe they rise. But Tigress is a major car. I just feel that she didn't have enough not even just sales, but enough recognition just yet. She's literally getting
Recognition.
there. Yeah,
Yeah, she's
she's
getting
getting
there,
there.
but like
Yeah.
she's starting with the sweats,
Yep.
right? And right now it's really hard to stand out as a sweat, right?
Yeah.
So because there's so many sweat skins now. Like before, like it was so easy to stand out as a sweat as an aura. Like everyone, if you were aura, you're a sweat, right?
Yeah.
It's not that easy anymore because there's a whole catalog of sweat skins. Now, if Tigeress gets an alternate style,
Hmm.
I think that will boost the recognition across the board.
Well, to be honest, I think she's cemented on that side. On the game side, I think she's cemented. I was more so talking about. I think the more we see of Tigress and see how people respond to Tigress in the hobby. To your point, I think
I'm
Tigress
I'm
is
I'm talking about
yeah,
too the card market too. Maybe this is just me, but I think most of the collectors and stuff aren't sweats. A majority of them, right? I think a lot of the true sweats who like do Tigress and stuff like that, or like play the game a lot, maybe aren't into the cards yet. But not it could just be my like assumption. That's why I think like some of the skins, the meme skins, are getting more popularity, and that's why the sweat skins are like taking longer to get there. Um, I think there might be a delay,
yeah, and
and
I
just like if you're really good at the game and you play it a lot, you're not probably at the point where you're just collecting because you don't play anymore.
yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean but if we're talking about year to year basis, what I was pretty much getting at is that I think that yeah, of course there's not the sweat collectors here or anything yet, but I think what I was saying is Tigress part of the hobby that like her market is starting to pick up. I just don't think it's had enough time yet. So once like you've seen obviously we've seen the pop one, we've seen a couple sales here and there, just like Zadie. Zadie has had a couple sales, but it hasn't been enough. We can see what's happening with Zadie, but it just
Yeah.
wasn't enough for her to rise to a certain level. And that's what's keeping some of those sweat series 2 cards a little bit lower. It's just that once more comes in and you kind of see some sales and stuff like that, that's when they would definitely jump up a little bit more.
Patty says I would be curious to see a massive community voted on bracket of all the skins.
March Madness is
So
coming up.
that's true. So you're saying on all the skins and
That's
not
a
the
lot.
cards, correct? If we're talking skins,
Yeah,
because I think it's two different things, right? Because
majorly.
once you mix the cards plus the skins, then you're talking rarity, then you're talking like gem rate, and then you're talking popularity. That's where it gets kind of like mixed up. So if you're
Hmm.
talking just the skins, that'd be kind of fun for our community. Everyone does that, but I don't think this community has actually done that.
Yeah. And I like that you just said that because it was a point that I want to bring up with that. Like that's where like how those separators, that rarity, scarcity, the market, and then the game, that middle part is what makes strong cards. It
Mhm.
like if you're knocking on both of those doors, that it just makes a strong card. Those is the Ghoul
Yeah.
Troopers, the Midases, the Pillies, like that is those are strong cards. And I can't wait to see how that plays out as time goes on. But I didn't finish my thought when it came to that Skull Trooper Pilly thing.
Hmm.
To close that out, so many people were saying we'll see how the pop report looks a couple years from now, and it did even out. So I think Skull Trooper is like 50. I think he's like 48 to 50 graded, and then I think Pilly is like maybe like 8 less than that. But so many
Hmm.
people was thinking that it was going to be a major difference between the pop report of Pilly and Skull Trooper, but
Which I
which
don't
makes
get
no sense
why
to
it
me.
doesn't make any sense,
Yeah,
right?
that made no sense to me. You
It's
know,
like it's whoever's the earliest forerunner is what you have to base all the other cards on. So
mhm,
Midas being close to 200,
yeah,
you have to go into that thinking that for all the Series 3 ice, right?
yeah,
So I yeah, it's eventually it'll catch up. It's just you need those people. Like Skull Trooper was the one that was selling, so people were sending it in.
right,
I mean, that's
right,
just how it works. Or when Aura was selling for a bunch of money, her pop report shot up, right?
hmm,
So if there's any other cards from Series 2, let's say Tigress, right? Her pop report is going to like look at Aura and look at Ice King. Whatever those numbers are at,
that's
expect to
yep,
see those for like Tigress eventually.
yeah,
That's what I would do. And then
hmm,
just do the percentage, whatever she's grading at, like I would take into I think what was it, Shardnock who did like the whole breakdown for the colors.
yeah, yeah,
He did a whole breakdown. So if you look at the pop report and look at the color of the cracked ice card,
hmm,
there's correlation between which cards gem based on the color. And like
hmm,
yellows and golds were gemming a lot more than reds, for
yep,
instance.
yep,
So I mean, you can take that into account, but pretty much eventually they're all gonna have similar grade amounts.
Yeah. Jake, what's
Sorry, that
up?
was long winded.
No, that was good. So this, where was it at? Uh, oh yeah, JT and JL is talking about the cat skin for the crew pack.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, that.
I've seen a lot of new skins coming out.
Yeah,
Um, I
but
was gonna
yeah,
say I'm saving all my V bucks for One Piece skins for whenever that comes out.
bro, yeah, you got to be locked and loaded for that one. You,
I'm telling you, I've been talking
you'll
about it for
probably
like
be.
forever.
I'm pretty sure they'll be able to pull off a clean $100 even if you want to get everything One Piece that come to the
Oh
game. It
god, I
it
haven't
might
been
be a
spending
clean
my V
hundred
bucks, so
dollars.
like I have the crew pass, so I'm just gonna just get the battle pass, get all the V bucks, and not
Yeah.
try to buy anything. So don't put anything fire out, please.
Cause wait, so like the Ninja Turtle set, how much was the full bundle?
I did buy one of the Ninja Turtles
I
too.
did. I bought one.
I don't know how much the full bundle was. It had to be
Well,
like 4,500 or something like
right.
that.
Right. So I would say they'll probably do it battle pass the same way. And it's unfortunately for you, you're gonna have all of it. So good
Yeah,
luck on
I'm
that
gonna have
one.
to get every. So there hasn't been one where it's like I want every one, but One Piece is ones I'm going to want every one
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
I would like to get a lot of the Family Guys, but I didn't ever see any good
Any other
Family
one?
Guy stuff.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't
No.
really release anything. Hopefully, it
No.
comes out at some point. I don't know why they didn't.
I'm surprised Lois didn't come out. That's the
Yeah,
one
right.
I
Is it
did.
because they were trying to do the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing? They didn't want to overload
It
it.
pr- it pr- probably it was they were a little too close. They were a little too close in time.
Yeah, so that means, and I think One Piece, it being such a huge anime and have such a huge community,
Yeah.
it's not going to come out until late next. If it comes out next season, it's not. It's going to be after it dies down,
Yeah.
right? Because they're going to do like they did for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like a whole thing, probably.
Mhm.
That's my guess,
What
anyway.
so what do you how how optimistic are you that we're gonna get solid cut scenes and solid story to end this season and to start the next one?
It'll be interesting to watch because this is all in Charlie Wynn's hands now.
It's important, bro. This is an
So what
important
he
time.
does at the end of this season is important. So I
It-
don't know. We haven't gotten any cut. I would have liked to gotten a cut scene for Peely being rescued.
yeah.
I would
I
have liked to
mean,
see something like that.
see, but that's what I'm sorry. I work in the I work in the film industry. This kills Dylan knows this kills me because it's like it really I don't know what the exact reason is. It does not take that much, especially with the size team that they have, like to have consistent cutscenes.
Yeah.
I can't understand it for the life of me. It
Because
just
and
makes
it's not
no
like it's like
sense.
a waste of money, right? Because what if they
Yeah.
do? If they want to do shows or movies later, they
Mm-hmm.
can. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't know. Nick, I don't know how much you followed our old stuff, but it is our belief that Topps will be producing the cards. We just don't have a timeline.
Yeah.
Fortnite confirmed that the cards were not finished, and the
Mm,
Fortnite logo is on the trading card top. Oh no, Fanatics website for trading card partners. So
yeah.
we're just waiting and waiting. It could be next year, early next year. It could be end of this year. We don't really know yet.
Richard, you don't think we're getting any cards again? Or you think are you talking about the storyline? I think you might be talking about the storyline.
So I guess we haven't talked about this, and so Nick, if we haven't talked about it, I don't know if did I save the.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to look up the link. But Nick, so I reached out to the co-founder of Epic Games. He put me in touch with the director of consumer products, and he confirmed to me that Fortnite cards was still alive. It's still something that's in the works. So
Mm,
that was all I needed to hear. So the whole Fanatics and Tops things is like a 95% guaranteed chance. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but it's like that's what it looks like. But it was confirmed by Epic Games that they're still doing cards. So that's all I needed to hear.
yeah. So it's just a waiting game, pretty much. A waiting
Yeah,
game with not a lot of information other than that, pretty much.
yeah. We're thinking that we'll probably see something like 110, 1 out of 25s. We'll probably see something like that.
Nick Fox, you can go look back at me and Dylan
We
conversation from that day. We had a whole
Yeah, we
conversation
had
on
a
this.
whole video on it. So it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see what happens.
But Richard is pessimistic on the cutscene side, and I can't blame him. I don't know I don't even know
Yeah.
where I stand with that. I don't know, bro. We'll see what happens.
They were so fun to watch. I like those. Like
Yeah,
I don't need to play it, just let me watch it.
yeah, for sure.
Um, so if this now if they do, I don't know about the card wise, but if they do, that'll be kind of crazy. Now that they have the partnership, they may be more inclined to do something. I hope so.
Yeah.
Um, Honestly, I want more comics, but if they do some more like cards and stuff, and even bring in the comic, because they can bring in the comic art now
Hmm.
into the cards, you know.
Oh man,
And
that'll
so
get JT. That'll get JT to
that'll
pair
get
with his
JT in there,
yeah,
right? Come on now.
to pair with his artwork.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So I hope they do it. I think Disney they need to put their best foot forward. I think they're struggling right now.
Hmm.
Marvel, like the movies, are on like a decline. So I feel like Disney is looking for like the next thing and where to integrate. And I think Fortnite and Epic Games is a great place for them to go. I hope so.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. It's gonna be because another thing is too, like even if it wasn't on the comic side, like like we always talk about, to have the concept artists, even like we're not even just talking about like the Drew Hills, even the lower tier ones, to have them do original art and see how that builds up, see if you can build a fan base around that. It's a lot of things that they can do. It's just about what they're gonna do.
Exactly. I'm gonna drop this in here for you, Nick. Here's the link to the video for afterwards. Um, I think it's like a little bit halfway through we start talking about it because I think we built up the suspense in the beginning.
Hmm. Yeah.
But there's the link. It was the one where we talk about tops 2024.
Did I do
Definitely was
that? Okay.
exciting news. All right, keep going through this list here. Aura, you guys knew that she was going to be in the top 10 if I'm putting anything in this list. Hopefully that's not surprising. She's still selling really, really well for a Series 2 card,
Mm.
or just for any card in general, to be honest. Um, Fishsticks. Now, he's one you just don't see selling that often, but like just like Peely, a little bit different than Peely, but in that same like essence of meme skins. He's one
No.
that people actually rock with and will wear a lot.
Hmm.
Um, I've died to Peely. I've died to Fishstick. I don't know that I've died to Peely.
Yeah, and
I've definitely died to a couple Fishsticks before.
yeah, for sure. And the thing with Fishstick, like Dylan said, is what really cements him is the fact that he is a meme skin that has high usage. Like you can't top that. He has the numbers when it comes to likes. He's in series one, so he has the crystal shard, and then on top of that, he has the usage. That's just a mix that you can't compete with. And to be honest, if I have to really give my opinion, I could see Fishstick going up as time goes on. How
I
high,
could.
who knows? But I can definitely see him going up.
Yeah, it's like I remember when I did the tier thing
Hmm.
where I put like instead of doing like a top 50, I put them in tiers. I don't know if we
Yeah.
ever made that live. I can't remember.
No, yeah, the
But
tiers. Yeah.
we did the tiers. That's what it feels like for some of these. It's just so hard. Red
Mm.
Knight, although you don't see Red Knight, at least I don't. Do you see Red Knight as much anymore?
I I mean, not really. Wait,
I feel like
not
it might have
really.
died down a little.
But she no,
I'm
but I
curious.
mean, numbers don't say that. It's one of those things where Red Knight has kind of been where she has been for the longest. What shocked me about Red Knight, while Dylan is looking this up, because we can see it on here as well, was Red Knight's likability. Her likability was through the roof compared to plenty of skins. She's in the 100 renegade. I mean,
So like
115. Yeah,
likability 25,000,
25,000.
23,000 wish list. Now
Yeah.
here's the crazy thing is that like her usage, she's a 2,000 V-Buck skin. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to take that into account.
Yeah.
Oh, so she was on a decline.
Mm-hmm.
I was
And
right.
this,
And then she had a huge boost for
yeah.
the OG, I guess.
And this is one of those skins that we can talk about when it comes to, obviously this starts in chapter 2 season 1, so she loses a lot of usage from the OG, from
Hmm.
chapter 1, and that's stuff that we always have to take into account. We naturally take that into account. But renegade, I keep saying renegade. Red Knight is a very strong card, and hobby wise is a beloved card. That's something that we always look into as well, how the hobby responds to it. And that's a
So
major thing.
if you guys were looking for a way to figure out, so what I'm most interested in is nostalgia, right? So like right now, Fortnite's still at the top of its game, right? Like
Mm,
Pokemon cards are at the top of their game, but Pokemon itself isn't, right? Like it's not like the people aren't playing Pokemon like they used to. Like when Pokemon Go came out, people aren't doing
Mm,
it like they were used to. But the cards at all time. So the cards and the collectabilities lag a little bit. Now, what's interesting about this is the Fortnite OG was like them creating nostalgia for people to
mm-hmm.
come back. So whatever skins were most used during the OG season are probably the
Yep.
most nostalgic and probably the skins you want to pay attention to. Um, that's just what I'm thinking. If you guys were looking to like look at it that way, I'd go and look at the OG season and see what was the most used during those seasons.
Yeah, me and Kyrie actually had a conversation about that.
Oh,
That
did
was
y'all?
yeah, that
Great
was
minds.
Drift.
Great minds think alike.
That was Drift, Red Knight, Omega, Kyrie and Dylan. Correct me, not correct me, but add if you can, off top. It was also
Do they have this season here? Can we do it from here?
what? Yeah, what you mean? That
Uh,
peak that you just looked at it. That peak was there.
so yeah, no, but I was. Can you just see that? Just that season? I see all
The
time and I see season one.
No, well, go to the chart.
No, no, I meant for all the skins for just the OG season. Do they do
Oh
that like
no,
that?
no.
Oh
You can,
dang,
but
you
you
got
can
to go through
see.
each skin.
Yeah, you got to go through each
Okay,
skin. Yeah.
because like I was just wondering if they had like the whole OG season, if they had
Oh
them
no,
covered,
no.
because that'd be so easy. Jason was talking about Focus. We already know how I feel about Focus. Don't
Mm.
get me started. Focus is one of my favorites of
But
all time.
so yeah, and the people that still haven't adapted to that, that's okay. But if it's a new thing, if you look at this, there's now four skins that's in the 10 million usage. And that is yeah. So it's about to be five very soon. Not very soon. It takes a long time to get
Yeah,
to
it's
that
gonna take a long
to
time.
that. Yeah. But I won't even say that though. To be honest, that can be next season, depending on how strong she
But
is. You know, because
yeah,
if you look
I
at
guess it just yeah. You know what? I think it's jumping up because of how many people have been playing. Like this year was like a record year, or I guess the last 6 months was like a record year for like how much people were actually playing at one time. So that's why we've seen this spike up, probably.
well, usually there's about for the top five is usually between 700
You,
is really low. 700,000 is really low for one season. The average is about you're usually hitting between 800,000 and a million usage in one season when you're in that top five. So, and you can see that from if you go to the season
why do I
now.
feel like it was like 300,000?
What? Go to season one real quick. I'm not
Yeah,
season one to yeah, season one. Yeah, so this is what it looks like getting towards the end of the season. Get into that
yeah,
million usage range.
but a few seasons ago,
It still
I
was like
feel
this.
was it still
Yeah,
it was still
yeah.
like 700. I thought it was like in like
Ye-
the 300 range.
No, like so Aura
You know
cracked a
what? I might be thinking
million.
about a shorter season. The
Yeah.
length of the season matters.
Hmm.
So this is a long season. Now all seasons are the same length. So I was probably looking at a shorter season
Yeah, for sure. And it's one of those things where also can you go to Drift real quick?
for
If
this
you go
season,
to
or
no for all time.
oh, you want to see his placement all time?
Yeah. And then so when
330,
you
hundred
yeah,
thirty
so
thousand.
So this is for hypothetically speaking, if you click on his yeah, so 32,000 wish list, 34,000 likes. Richard, there is literally probably three to four skins that's above that number. And that's Renegade Raider, Meowscles, Midas,
I did a
and Pilly.
video, and
Yeah,
I named a good amount of them. There's a couple. There's definitely probably not more than five though, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, no,
Um,
that's
yeah, he's pretty well liked.
and
But like
then
if you want to talk about like well liked, I gotta shout out my girl that I love. Actually, well, I have enough of her.
yeah, Galaxia. Mm-hmm.
So I love Galaxy. It's one of my favorite cars from series. Is probably my favorite car from Series 3.
Mm-hmm.
36,000, 20,000 wish list. Love
That
this
those
card.
those numbers are insane. And I think so you see that wish list right there. I still think it's a lag over on this because I think a lot of people don't understand that the Fortnite crew is not coming back or you're never going to see it. At
So
least at least
yeah,
right now that's the way
so
they're
you right
playing it.
now you don't get you. So this was a crew skin. You can't get it. You had to be the first. You had to buy the first crew skin.
Yep.
The thing is, there are some like terms and stuff that the way it was written is that it could come back in some way, shape, or form if they chose to. So it
Yeah.
was different wording than the actual battle pass, but the fact that it's coming out is pretty unlikely.
Yeah, it's the same way they switched the wording for the FNCS skins.
Yeah.
Originally, like Fishstick, the World Cup ones, which was Fishstick and Ramirez, they said those were never coming back. As time went on, they kind of reworded it where it could come back and it's not guaranteed type thing. So yeah, that's always the case.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're saying, Jason. It's like
Yeah,
we've been
yeah.
saying this for a while. Series 3 has some major skins in it. Now
Hmm.
Series 2 does too. Now we're if you want to look at like the top 20 most used, it's like maybe like one or two Series 1. I think Dynamo and
Nogops.
oh,
Oh, you
so
said top
Naga's
20?
Dynamo.
You said top 20?
Yeah, but let's say like the million mark you can be a good one. I think it's like Gold Trooper, Dynamo, Nogops.
It's not a lot.
Um,
It's
it's
not a
not a
lot.
lot. Yeah.
Elite Agent might be in there, I believe.
So let's see. Series 1. So Dynamo is the first one, then Nogops, and then Gold Trooper. So the
Mhm.
top 30. That's three Series 1 skins.
And so like, and this is like, if you're still trying to wrap your mind around this, you see how we show how those top skins are about to crack a million um usage now, that for one season. There's skins that haven't cracked 50,000 usage all time, and it has been out
Yeah,
for
exactly. So
years.
like if
For
you like
years.
so like what he's saying is like, and this is even good. So like even Double Agent Hush is well used, right?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
she doesn't even do like this is all time 500,000.
Yep.
So that's how crazy these numbers are,
Yeah.
right?
And
So like Aura's doing in one season what Hush is doing her whole career.
hmm
Same thing with like Lux, you know. Not to take away from them, it's just there's some skins that stand above the rest in terms of like popularity.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
I mean, there's some that are gonna look better on cards, like a Fire Kuno and Fresh Aura. I can't wait to see those on a card.
Well, Wes, like we talked about before, when it doesn't track that, you can just double it. You can double it
Yeah.
if you want to when it comes to usage, and then it still shows you that the numbers is drastic. Matter of fact, like if you think about if you go to the all time
So
high,
like, look at
yeah,
Skull Trooper, right?
mm-hmm.
So Skull Trooper was like in the 28. So let's say it was even a little bit higher than this,
This
right?
is what I yeah,
So like triple it then.
yeah,
Don't
triple it.
even double it, triple it.
Mm-hmm.
And it would still need to be 600 or 900,000.
Yeah,
Now, that's was like 1 year. Chapter
yeah,
1, wait, no, chapter 1 was 2 years. 2017
yeah.
to 2 years, right?
2 years, so it was 17 to 19, I
19.
believe.
So
Yeah, 19.
it has now been like for almost 5 years for Skull
Mm-hmm.
Trooper, right? So that's almost triple the time, and he's still at 300,000.
Yeah.
I already saw Lux because I saw Lux. That wasn't
Wait, what
like
happened?
because I had said Hush, and then I saw Lux down here at 400,000,
Mm-hmm.
and I said so like Aura has done in one season more than Lux has done her whole thing, but it wasn't a dig. It's just because I saw her,
Oh
and
yeah, because I mean, if you want
none
to
of these
balance.
were worth mentioning.
Yeah, if you want to balance the factor back out, though, we can go look at the tier 100 skins and see how those rank.
Oh
And
yeah,
I think
because like
people will be very surprised.
this is good. Like if you
Yeah.
guys are tripping, like 400,000 for a
Mm-hmm.
skin that came out back in chapter 1, that was I didn't get this skin.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. And I played the game since season 2, right? So like you had to actually grind to get to the tier 100.
Mm-hmm.
And
Matter of
um
fact, go to that real quick, Dylan. Go to the you have to go all the way back up and go to go back to most used,
I'll
and
scroll
then
down to
yep.
I hate these ads. No free ads on our channel, please. Get out of here. Headhunters, look at that, man.
Yeah, the
All right.
headhunter squad. That and Ramirez, man. Them drinks
Yeah.
go
For sure.
crazy.
Don't get me started on Elite Agent. Fortnite crew.
Mm-hmm.
So she is only at 5th. This is for this season, though, right? How far down do they got to put this joint?
It's a lot of different. There you go.
There. So she's 3rd. She's losing to Midas. She's beating Spider-Man, and everybody has Spider-Man.
Be trying to tell people, bro.
Dude, that's kind of
Like,
crazy. Beating
man,
Spider-Man is kind of crazy.
it's insane, bro. Like, and I think, well, see, here's the thing. I didn't disagree with what people were saying back in
Mm-hmm.
chapter 1 because she was very simple.
I
Like
didn't.
Black,
I didn't get
yeah.
it. I
Well,
didn't get the hate
yeah,
because I
yeah.
wanted her bad. And then when I have friends who have her, I'm jealous. right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why whenever like a variant comes out, I buy the variant most of the time, but I want
Yeah.
the original. I always wanted that skin. I thought it was dope.
Well, Richard, Drift is a tier one skin.
Yeah, Drift is tier one. You had to
Yeah.
unlock. He unlocked his styles all the way through,
Yeah.
and like he's not gonna be able to beat out some of these like links. Come on.
Yeah. I
Oof.
mean, like tier one is notably known to be the either not so much the sweat skin, but it's going to be the most used skin of that season. Like, if you look at this list, that's kind of what happens. These are the popular ones for sure.
And look at his jump up. He was the
Yeah, this
30th most used in OG season.
Ragnarok's the tier 100 for that season, Richard.
Yeah, Ragnarok was tier 100.
So yeah, that.
He was weird because like once you hit 100, you got the actual drift styles that you
Mm-hmm.
wanted,
Mm-hmm.
right? But he wasn't a tier 100 skin.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
it
you
was a
know, you could kind of consider him like a double tier 100 skin, I guess.
yeah, like because I mean, it's the uh Omega's a tier 100 skin, Richard. What you mean? I don't know. Drift's a tier one,
I
and
think
Omega's a tier
you're
100.
thinking of Carbide tier one.
Yeah, Carbide's tier
Carbide was tier
one.
one who got more stuff as you went up too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Omega was just tier 100.
But you got him earlier.
No, the
With
Carbide is who you got earlier, I believe.
yeah,
Not
Carbide,
not
Carbide,
not
you got
Omega.
him. Yeah, Carbide, you got him earlier. You started unlocking
Let's see.
styles
Let's
of
see.
Omega. You started
So yeah, here's
unlocking styles
Carbide
of
right
Omega
here.
after. Yeah, he's
So
tier one.
Carbide got all these styles.
C tier one right there.
Yeah, this was Carbide. See, and this is why I didn't think that I needed to get Omega because I had
Why?
Carbide. I thought it was like, oh, they're
Yeah,
kind of like the same skin, you know?
yeah.
Um,
That's
so,
like so tier one Calamity, tier 100 Dire. You know,
yeah, exactly.
you still leveled up with Calamity all the way to the end. But Dire was that same thing with Blackheart. Blackheart tier one, Lux tier 100. You still leveled up with Blackheart all the way up.
Man, so some of these had some boosts, man, but just not enough.
Yeah, it's but to be honest, like I'll go a strong number. Being being top 500 skins is hard, bro. Like that is a
You know,
hard
it
number.
is.
Like
Yeah, but I was just like, so it came up from 1,000 all the way back up to 250. Interesting
yeah.
enough, look, it's right around where it
Where he
was.
was, yeah,
Isn't that
exactly.
crazy?
Yeah, yeah. So, but
That's
also,
mad crazy.
another point to that, I'm glad you said that. Another point to that is, you know how we were talking about like they don't have their numbers from chapter one, right? So if you wanted to do that multiplier, all you
Look at
do
the
is
OG season.
because we broke the records for the OG season. So the
Mhm.
usage is going the same exact way. So you just I would say you could even 5x the numbers if you wanted to, and it
Yeah,
kind of would
it wouldn't matter for
yeah,
what we've been saying.
yeah, for sure.
It just wouldn't matter usage wise.
Because like Skull Trooper, like if you look at a Skull Trooper or an Elite Agent or stuff like that, they're no matter when we talk about those skins, that card, we're factoring in that they lost that. You know what I mean? They
Hmm.
lost those that usage, but it's still the numbers still kind of balance out there.
Anyway, so you guys can go through that. There's Omega. Let me go through
Yeah,
some of these and see if there's anything.
it's
How do you guys feel about the pump? I think Dark Bomber's fine at 11.
yeah, yeah. This was
This is the one that people were like, I wanted to put it so early, but you
say
know,
where you wanted to put it. Say where
I
you
can't
wanted to
even
put
remember.
it.
What did I
I
say? Like
you want me to say
3?
it? Yeah, you
Yeah,
said 3.
I was like
That's like
3.
that is crazy. That is
But you
crazy.
know,
And
when I told you that, I knew you were gonna shoot it down. That's why I was like,
yeah, no,
I was comfortable with it. But you know, that's why I was flexible on it because it is a weapon. It's not a skin.
mhm,
But it means that much to me,
mhm,
weapon wise, and I could be biased. But for me, for Fortnite, the one pumping, it was a huge part of the game. It's
mhm.
nostalgic. Um, so I think
Yeah.
and it now
So
has sales to back it up. Um,
yeah. So for me, for what it was for me is once again, it did have a major sale of 4K, but there wasn't enough sales for it to jump cars that's been consistent for the past going on 5 years. And that's one of those things where it's like as time goes on, these cars can jump based off of that. Okay, what are we
Yeah,
going to see from the pump
it
this
hasn't
year?
beaten Drift. It hasn't beaten
Yeah, yeah,
Drift,
yeah.
and stuff like that. I agree. Hey, Patsy, I'll give you one guess.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah. Give him
I give
two. You
you
could give him two.
I give you
Give him
one
two.
guess while before I pull up the one with the
Yeah,
most wish list.
take a guess.
I mean, it can't be that hard to guess. Watch me be wrong. Am I wrong?
I wonder
All
who
right.
you think it is.
I think it's Renegade.
Oh yeah, okay, you good. Yeah,
I mean,
that's number two is the interesting one, or possible number two, I should say.
78. I already know who number. I know who number two is too. Probably
Yeah,
78,000 is Renegade's wish list.
yeah.
Um, now, I think Travis Scott is. Oh wait, what was the other? He beating Renegade.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, I didn't even count that one because of
I
the
know,
icon
but that's
series.
crazy that
Yeah,
he's beating Renegade.
that's a
um,
they the another one. Look up Meowscles.
Now I know Meow School's hearts up there is his wish list 31,000.
So he's an average of a high end skin, of a high end light
I mean,
skin, I
he
should say.
that's one of the top ones for sure.
Yeah.
I think Midas might be up there,
Mm-hmm. Midas
thirty-five
is definitely
thousand.
35. I
Um,
think Pilly is at 32. I
what
think
about
30, 32 or 37. It's between that.
24,000?
See, and that's
I'm
the
trying.
only
I'm trying.
PSA.
I'm trying to think of. I feel like there's another one. Like I wonder what. Did we see what Drift was?
Yes,
Drift was
yeah, Drift is
32,000.
32. Look up Pilly.
I mean, Peely's probably crazy.
He's like 30,
32.
32. Yeah,
Okay.
dang, I looked at this way too much, bro. I looked at this way too much. 24.
24,000 for Omega.
Richard, these are the numbers that we was talking about too. Like this, seeing these things, it just shows, man. It tells a lot.
Elite Agent. All right, here we go. Are you ready?
yep,
1930.
1930.
This
Yep.
is so fire. I wanted this so bad. I wanted every style. I'm pissed.
Bro,
Oh
I
well.
had you would laugh at how many presets I have saved to Lux. I got like, I rotate between like 5 or 6 skins, but I have a lot of presets saved there.
You have a hard time with the pump. Why? I feel like
He said he
you
for
said
calamity
only PSA 10 hollow. I would trade a pump shotgun for that is below it is
is
a
calamity.
calamity.
Mm. So he thinks the
So
shotgun
you
is
think
ranked.
it's properly ranked then?
Yeah. The shotgun one is hard. Is a hard one because hobby wise, you could put it higher because so many people want this card. It's sought after. It gets
Hmm.
taken in any grade. That the other side of it is the skins have the possibility of something happening to affect where it goes. Whether it's up or
No,
down.
like
The
one
pump
thing is
doesn't
like
have that.
a pump is like someone everyone uses
Yeah.
versus a skin is something that you use. That's how you
Right.
categorize it. Like
Yeah.
I use this skin. So I could see that, but at the same time, people are gonna want more than one thing in their collection. I think the pump is gonna be
Yeah.
great.
And now don't get me wrong. If it does what we think it's gonna do, it's definitely gonna jump. It could jump, I should say. But is it those cards that's above it? It's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy. It really isn't.
Ragnarok. Now this is one I was never a big fan of.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the card. The card
Yeah.
is fire.
Ragnarok
And
card
I
is
love blues. Blues
crazy.
is my favorite color. But like
Yeah.
in game, I always wanted the female version anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't like huge on this one. So I'll let you talk about this one.
Yeah, well, see
Firsthand.
the Ragnarok. So this one is very strong on the hobby side. The hobby holds this one up very well. I think that Ragnarok. What really happens now is he was strong, like we said, hobby side, but then on the other end, he did end up being back in the circular motion of Fortnite when they got the Omega Rock. So I think those type of things can really help a card. But to be honest, Ragnarok stands on its own. It's consistently sought after, great sales, and it's a hobby favorite. And we wanna
Yeah.
appreciate hobby favorites as well.
Yeah, because like the market really will determine it long
Yeah,
term.
for
So
sure.
like and so I mean it's a beautiful card. It's a tier 100. Very early, so I'm not mad at it. Nogops, not much. You guys know about Nogops. I
Yeah,
mean, it's like the
yes,
Christmas Gold Trooper. That's all you
yeah,
gotta say, you know.
yeah. Go Trooper,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
Ghoul Trooper. I'm just saying, but like you know how the
yeah,
Halloween, you have the
yeah,
popular Halloween ones, and you got the popular
yeah,
Christmas ones.
yeah.
Um, Cuddle Team Leader, marketed, not heavily used, but you know it's everywhere.
This was a
Um,
hard one. This was a hard one for us to rank because she is
yeah,
so strong on the marketing side. Like she is. She's very strong on the
but you
marketing
know
side.
her
And
card is strong too. Just
yeah,
the tens never go for sale.
then
You
yep.
only see damaged ones.
Hmm.
Um, so we don't really know what her limit is. So I think she's a wild card that could go up. I think so. I
Yeah.
think she could. I think she is a big wild card that could go in any direction
If
without
she
any limits.
yeah, if she's adapted the right way, she has the potential to rise pretty high. Pretty high for
They
sure.
left her mask on and everything for a
Hmm.
reason. It's interesting. I can't wait to see what they do with it. I don't know if they know
Yeah.
what they're doing with it, but
Yeah, no,
I think
yeah.
that one's very
We in a
speculative.
we in a whole different world now, bro.
Yeah,
We
I know
can't
we're in a
even
whole different
we can
world. We
we can't
switched
even say
universes.
certain things no more. It's crazy. Um,
Yeah, so Nick, I
yeah.
think I don't think so. No matter what they, so I know everyone's worried about print runs and stuff like that. I'm not concerned about that. Excuse me. Um, I don't know if there's a bigger market than like Fortnite players.
Mm,
There's so
yeah,
many Fortnite, and it's the beginning. So we're talking about movies and shows and IPs going forward. So I'm not worried about print run. They can print whatever they want to print. So it'll just change how we collect if they do numbers or whatever. But look at Pokemon. There's nothing as heavily printed as Pokemon, and look how well it's doing.
yeah.
So they're not going to print nearly as much as Pokemon.
Well, so what he's saying though is what we were talking about that week though. Like, uh whatever came out before tops is gonna be
Yeah.
very strong. Because he's talking about
Well, just
we
look how
know,
rare it is. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
you he
it
like
is it will boom because like once people collect tops, they're going to want to go back and collect the
mhm.
older stuff. The question is, how fast is that going to happen?
Right. What's crazy? We talked about it the first week we had this conversation. That we don't see, like, let's just go with the Black Knight, right? Let's go with Black Knight, let's go with Pilly. Let's go with those two. Let's go with the top two cards. The amount of times we don't see a PSA 10 auction right now, when more sets are coming out and stuff like that,
Hmm.
like we said, we really might not see certain cards for another year or two. We've seen this before, though. We've seen this before. We've seen this. What was it like 2021? It was certain cards we just did not see. And then if they finally started flowing in there once people started getting their PSA submissions back. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting time when and if this happens the way we think it is.
So, I mean, not to scare you guys, because so you guys know, like I have my collection. I don't profit off of this stuff. I don't go tell you guys what to buy, so I have no
Mhm.
reason to pump the market. Just so
Yeah,
everybody knows, it's already hard to buy cards. I can't
yeah,
find the cards I want. You know what I mean? People are already holding it tight. So if the market doubles, which wouldn't be hard, right?
yeah,
I think the market will double at least on the first release of Tops. It
yeah.
might triple, might quadruple. Now, if Epic Games does any marketing or advertisement, if they put skin codes in there, it's a wrap, guys. It's a wrap. There's
Mhm.
not going to be anything available.
Did you
There already isn't.
is remember the to your point, remember the Lashland I'm I don't know how to say nothing, bro. I'm pretty sure I'm saying his name right. Who knows? You remember the video from like 2 years ago when he opened I think it was the Series 3 hobby box, right? He opened the Series
Hmm.
3 hobby box. And if you read the comments in there, go from newest to oldest, right? If you read the comments in there, everybody's asking, but do they come with a skin? How do I get the skin code?
Yeah.
That's all the questions. So to Dylan's point, if even an inkling of that happens,
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
a
that
wrap.
happens.
It's a
If that
wrap.
happens, it's
Yeah,
not like will we find stuff? We won't. There will be
yeah,
nothing. Like, I don't
yeah,
think people realize how big Fortnite is and how
yeah,
many people actually play the game.
yeah.
Like, I
No,
don't
it's
think they
crazy.
understand that. So, like, and if kids have a reason to go and get this stuff,
Hmm.
it's just gonna be nothing left, man.
It's it's not, and
Yeah,
it's like
we're not even talking about like exclusive skins.
no, yeah,
Dude, if
yeah.
they release like a galaxy version only in the cards,
Hmm.
like it's
It's
over.
I wonder what that like if this is happening. Let's just say if by the way, thank you, Dill. He always look out. Dill looks out every single time. But let's just say if the marketing team takes this right, like let's say what's happening that we think is happening when it comes to tops, bro, they have so much to work with. They can go 90,000 different ways to make this really pop. And first of all, it never got marketing from the Epic Games Fortnite side ever. Panini never did it
Purposefully.
purposefully.
As far as we know, when they
Yeah,
talked, what Panini, what somebody said. Now, I did not hear this directly, so I have to put this disclaimer. I heard that
yeah.
Panini said that they tried to do the skin codes, and Epic Games said no, and Epic Games specifically told them not to market it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Interesting enough. So, I don't know. It's gonna be pretty crazy. Right now, it's already there's like 20 skins that I would like to buy right now that aren't on eBay. I was looking on eBay today, and I can't find any of the ones I want to
Yo,
buy. It's
to
already
your
hard.
to your point, it doesn't even be crazy cars. That's the crazy thing. Like
Yeah,
it,
that's
it
what I'm
could be like
saying.
it could be mid tier. It is still like you go on
I'm looking
eBay, you
for
be
a
like,
raw. I'm not even looking for PSA 10s, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's crazy. And on so I've been tripping out about this, right? And I don't want it to change, but I just have to talk about it. The price of Series 2 mega boxes trip me out, bro. Like
See,
the
I'm on
fact
the.
the fact that you can get it for the price that is at right now trips me out because what's in there and what hasn't been pulled and all of these things, I'm like, yo, this is crazy value. No, not investment advice. I just been thinking about Series 2 a lot because like Series 1 is obviously what it is. Series 1 being
I'm
$1,000 mega box, Series 2 being
I'm honestly thinking about it differently. I'm thinking all
okay.
the boxes are like that. Series
Yeah,
3 is like
yeah,
Series 3.
yeah.
First of all, my thing with Series 3, the reason why I won't touch Series 3 boxes is because I ripped 80 of them and I got lame skins every time. But the price is great. Now,
Yeah.
Series 2, price is great. I even think the mega boxes for Series 1 prices are
Heck
great.
yeah, of
And
course.
they're just out of my price range personally. But I think for the what you can pull, I think
Mhm.
it's great.
Even like, so for instance, even if you have, because what would you say, like, not even on no funny stuff, like, just what would be a bad, like, without talking about specific cars, like, if you got
I'll talk
value,
specific cards.
yeah, but I'm saying, like, if you got a bad pack from a Series 1 mega box, you're still at least halfway to what you paid, bare minimum, like, bare minimum. And
Yeah,
it's like,
probably because like especially if you get graded. Like
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah,
can tell you right now, like a bad.
Mad Kid Nara, there you go, Westro.
Actually, I'm not mad at Medkit.
Yeah.
Nara, yeah, for sure. Nara, get the heck out of here. But Medkit, I've actually been using the Medkit in game now. Their
Hmm.
change made it a lot more interesting to me. So I've been actually looking at Medkits. I'd hate to get this skin. I actually wouldn't mind a Banderlet because of the comics.
Yeah.
Earhart, trash, trash. If I get Backbone, I'll be pissed. I'll like that one. I actually wouldn't mind having Guiding Glow. Most of the epics are pretty decent except for Flapjacky.
Flapjacky's
Uh,
not bad.
I can't stand Flapjacky.
Flapjacky's not bad.
First Strike Specialist would piss me off.
Yeah, I wouldn't
This
be happy
this
with that
fake
one either.
pirate would piss me off.
But to your point though, to your point, on the other side of that is some of these cards are hard to gem. So if you
Yeah,
even do pull it, you
you could
you
get
could
your
get
money back.
right
I'm not
back in
saying
the game.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying what I would be pissed off
Yeah.
with.
Oh, it's a
But
lot of
like,
skins I would be pissed off with.
but most of these, like, I wouldn't be mad at. Like most of the legendaries, I wouldn't be mad at.
Yeah, yeah.
Now go look at Series 3. It's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, say what you want, but like Royal Knight, I mean, I'd be fine with Sunstrider to be honest.
Sunstrider fire one.
Sparkle Specialist, the pools are kind of insane. Now you could get like Patch Patroller. That would suck. I'd be pissed off to have one of these. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these, I think it's a good gamble. I think.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where but even past the major sets, you see how much is being collected right now. You going obviously you just seen what Daniel did with the gold frame series. JL's been talking about it, but everything is in play right now. MC is collecting the foil stickers from Ready to Jump. Everything's being collected right now because of where we are in the hobby, and it's just gonna be interesting to see what happens when other sets come out because going back to at this point, everybody's an early adopter because it's just gonna be so crazy how different it's gonna be.
Actually, I wouldn't even think I'd be pissed pulling Moisty. I
No, I
think
wouldn't be pissed. I wouldn't be
some of those
pissed.
other ones I mentioned are way worse than Moisty.
No, yeah,
Some of
Moisty
those like
Fire was my spot, bro. So
I
I
know who
wouldn't be mad at
Moisty is.
that.
Yeah, Moisty Myers is my spot. Those
Yeah.
skins that you have to look up the name for, that would piss me off. Now, if I got the spatula,
Yeah.
I think I'm punching the wall. I'm sorry. I that would blow me.
But you might have heat behind that joint though.
That's not true. I'd rather have a Peely.
Yeah,
So when I the
you
whole thing
gotta
about
take
Peely,
Philly over make it.
I like Peely as a character, just not in game as a character as like playability. So that's the reason why I've never chased him. I used to have a SGC 10 Italy shard. I sold it though. It wasn't like a PC. I love the character. I think it's a great character. It's just not a chase card for me.
What scares me is that I actually have to have a Pilly in my collection eventually if I want to do what I want to do for my set, the season 8. So I have to. That is a long haul, man. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be
Yeah,
tough because
I
it's a
don't
lot
worry
of
about
cards.
those.
It's a lot of cards that have to come before that. So that is gonna be
You
that's
should
gonna be a
start
tough
with
one.
him first, to be
I
honest.
should, but it's man, it's gonna be interesting, bro. It's gonna be interesting because I want to do for me personally. I said it before. I want to do season 4, chapter 1, season 4, 7, and 8. Those are the ones that I want to have the full battle pass of. Those are
Man,
my
that's
sets.
crazy.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking about that today because I think what I'm about to start doing is going after one card at a time. You know me, I browse
Yes.
eBay.
There we go.
No, but
Yeah.
you know me, I browse eBay and I just like to just grab.
Mhm.
But so what I'm trying to do is get my favorite cards in a tag slab because I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sell those. So it's like, what card do I need to get now?
Yeah. He'll sell them. Go
I'm not
ahead.
gonna sell my tag slabs. No one wants the tag. That's my whole point. And I want to get one, so I'm trying to only get one.
Uh huh.
So I got to figure out which card to go after next. Since I have Gold Trooper,
Yeah.
which one to go after next?
You're in limbo. You're where I was when I got Lux. I was like, so what happens now? Like it's
I
like
mean,
once
there's a
you
lot
get
that I want. I just don't know
yeah.
what's the right choice for me to go after next. Now
Well, what's what
I
I
don't
like
have an aura. I don't have an aura in tag. I have her in the PSA, but I kind of want her
mhm.
in tag. But I don't I don't know if that'll happen because you have to find a raw one. And how are you gonna find a
Yeah.
raw one when you got snipers out there?
Yo, yo, Richard is dumb. He's
Crack
that
and
cracker is
resub gonna
funny,
hit
but
different.
yeah.
You talking about me resubbing?
No, he's saying like I think he's saying like if he was to sell it, the crack and resell.
Oh, I'd sell and people are gonna resub. I mean, if you're gonna do that, I think tag is a great one to crack and resub because
Because you know everything that
you can get the
comes with it.
report. You just look at the report and see if you're gonna get a PSA 10. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna, I think that's better than like breaking other ones. To be honest.
So before I go to Jason, because he has a good question, I like that one. Kyrie was talking about how everyone knows Moisty. Moisty is actually underrated. That could be a case of
Yeah,
where he ranks, like because he might be, to be honest, he might be too low because he is one of those ones that you do recognize. Like people really do know Moisty, and it's
yeah,
connected
you
to a
know them
location. Yeah, it's
versus
connected
some
to a
of those other skins
location
I was mentioning. I don't
that them
remember their
bottom
names
tier.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
you don't know them, and like it being a series one is gonna do
Moisty
well.
Moisty card it looks good though. Like that's the hard thing about series 1, even series 2. Matter of fact, all the sets. Certain cards aesthetically just look really good no matter what it entails when it comes to the game. And I that's that till ratio, that gradient, it hits different, bro.
Jason, I this is like just what I think. I have no idea, but I think that there's too few Series One, two Series Three shards with how many people are collecting that the prices are going to just dip when tops release. I think there's going to be enough people say, "I'm going to keep buying Panini because those are the ones that are going to go up." I think there's
Mhm.
going to be enough people doing that that the cards aren't going to drop in price.
Yep.
I think all the new money that comes in is going to be hitting those tops. I think a lot of the resellers, if there's any flippers who pop out of anywhere, those are going to be hitting the top ones. But I don't think
Mhm.
like the people who've been here for a while are going to stop collecting Series One to Series Three. I
Yeah.
think a lot of those guys are in it for the long haul.
And if you look at the motion of the hobby right now, you know, you got people that like heavy traction, like the Kyries and the Coltons of the world, that's like doing these major trades each week, right? there's people like we've said before, there's people that still don't have their grill. So this is not like this for these three sets is going to stay pretty stable, if not jump in my eyes. That's just my opinion. I think that's the way it would be once Tops is released.
Nick Fox said, "Imagine if you sent PSA slab to tag to cross over." He said that would check in the hospital and saying, "I guess I better check into the hospital."
Yo,
I already
oh
did that. I already did that, Nick. I already did that.
Richard came with the hot take. He said GMA. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
GM, no. How much does an aura sell for? I don't actually know. I haven't seen one. I wouldn't. I want to say some ones I've seen around like 600. I think. Those were like offers. Like someone ripped it and someone bought it. I think around 600 for a raw. But I could be wrong. I haven't bought a raw one in a while.
Wes, I honestly can't argue with you with that. If I had a Lux and a Black Light, I couldn't even imagine that, bro. Like I
Yeah,
that
anything
is
in a
top
black label would
echelon
be
right
pretty
there.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's top echelon. I can't even argue with you on that one.
Like so, I wish CGC did a better job at their pristines. I
Hmm.
wish Tag did a better job at their pristines too. Like the
Yeah.
black label, the way that it's like visually different than everything else, I
Hmm.
think is cool. I think those two companies who do pristine should have done something a little bit more major for pristine because it's so few and far between. Well, not for
Yeah.
BGS. I mean, if you look like One Piece cards and
Yeah.
Pokemon cards, they pristine like crazy.
Hmm.
I don't know if y'all seen that, but the amount of like pristine cards is crazy.
Yeah.
He said
he
unpin
said
that.
unpin it.
Let's leave that for the rest of the show. Let's just leave that up there.
He said unpin it. Nah, restaurant put it up there. Nah, but I think West Drum is BGS first, I believe.
I don't think we've had a Beckett Black Label yet of Fortnite.
Not yet.
We
That's
have had base card SGC pristines.
yeah.
I think that's it. I mean, maybe CGC, probably.
Yeah, I think CGC.
CGC is lenient, I
No,
think.
well, because SGC had there's a Pilly Pristine, right? At least a Pristine.
There's a Peely pristine. There is a Skull Trooper
Skull Trooper
pristine.
Pristine, yeah.
Both base cards. I don't know if there's a hollow.
Yeah. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
about that one.
SGC Gold Label. I think that's right. A Red Knight Hollow. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
so.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one. No, that's it's actually gonna be so yeah, if y'all don't know, we're gonna be in a phase of major hypotheticals each week, which which is this in between. With so just enjoy the conversation because it's gonna be major hypotheticals going on from here on out. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, especially if numbered cards do come into the hobby, because Panini is such a natural scarcity that is going to be interesting to see how that plays out. We obviously had conversation of that before, but in the totality of the hobby, I'm interested to see how people adapt to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think like anything, I think it's gonna be good. After talking to the Marvel people and talking about like how
Hmm.
they adjusted to it, I got a little bit excited. I know a lot of people were like not happy about it, but at the same
Yeah,
time, I just more stuff to chase.
yeah. Is
Um,
and it's always interesting, like even pinning it back to the Marvel side, like when it's out of 10, and seven people have your card, and then there's two that haven't been pulled, and then it's just like this one in limbo. So it's like seeing those type of numbers, whereas one left. Obviously, we see that in sports all the time, but just comparing it to something similar, with characters, it's gonna be interesting to see how that happens. Like if you're chasing let's say pink gold trooper, and five of them already been pulled, they're part of a set, all of this
yeah,
stuff, and that now that number getting smaller, now it's only five left, but like if it's out of 10, like that's
I
some
will
real
say,
collecting anxiety.
when I was in sports, I enjoyed trying to complete the numbered set for the players. I
Mhm.
enjoyed chasing that, like the John
Yeah.
Wall numbered set for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um, so I think I will enjoy chasing that if that happens. Because
Yeah.
for me, like if that was with Aura, right,
Hmm.
or even Gold Trooper, right, if they had that number set, I would be a set chaser for that,
For
completing
sure.
that. Right
Yeah.
now, it's just like I get my favorite skins, but if they
Mm.
do something like that, for me, it'll
Yeah.
be more of a set chase for me.
Because you don't factor like you're not big on doing like the set of like you did it, but like it wasn't a thing for you to do like every
Yeah,
parallel,
yeah,
every
every parallel. So I did
everything.
it. I completed it with Aura like 3 times
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
My bad for this shaking the screen. So I did it like 3 times over, and but no, it's just like it didn't do anything for me.
Hmm.
Because it was almost like the same card, and it just did me personally. I get it, but for me, it didn't do anything. So
And yours was it was series two, like series one, like we say, it had more nuance. You know,
see, now
the
that's
pattern was
true. Like
different
if
and
it was
everything like
series
that.
one, I'd be
Right.
all for it.
Right.
Um, because it was visually different. Series two, it just looked like the same, just not as good,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
my opinion.
I mean, yeah, because it's. I mean, and it was. If we're being honest, because we knew about it so early, it was fairly easy. Like at one time, I think I had 15 Aura Optichrome, so it was very
Yeah.
different compared to that. It was
So
almost like
I had the 3 hollows, 3 Optichrome, and 3
yeah,
cracked ice all in
yeah,
10s. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
It was
What
pretty
else was I
easy.
supposed to do?
I think it was one that I think it was one. You know, we talk about this offline all the time. I think it was one where you should have just tucked away the three parallels and then moved everything else. But is
Yeah,
you didn't do it intentionally because you sold the
I did
Optichrome
it.
by
I sold them
accident.
separately. Yeah, I sold the Opticon by accident. I only sell when, like, I need cash for something.
Yeah.
And I had them all in my drawers, so I pulled it out. I was like, "Oh, I have another one of these," and I sold it, and
But
then I was like,
you don't have a top to like you don't have a top to bottom method. Like you wouldn't say your collection is in like in an order that you can like
"No."
immediately see. I think that's what happened though. In my opinion, I think
Yeah.
that's what, if it was in order, you'd have been like, oh, it's no way I have to go to order because I have these, and then you would have worked your way up.
Yeah,
But
no, I don't
yeah,
have it that clear cut.
yeah,
Um,
you
but,
got to, man, so you don't make a mistake.
yeah, no, I hear you. I'm a little bit more laid back, you know? I'm a little bit more laid back
But
with my
then
collection.
that's when those because I think that's what, to be honest, I think that's what happened to me with Dark Voyager and Dark Bomber. I think I was moving a little bit too fast. I was anxious to get the card I was chasing. So I just went to what I knew, like we always say, I went to what I knew had value and somebody would immediately respond to. And I probably should have went through my collection a little bit more before I went into those ones. But it comes with the territory.
I don't know if it's this clear cut. I think PSA has great tech. Um, BGS grading wise, I don't know if I agree with that. Um,
I think he's saying they're strong suits. I think
yeah, I
they
know.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like I think it's a little bit more flop-sided. I don't think it's that easy. Like for tag, what I would say for tag, it for me personally is design and the experience. That's what sold me versus like just the tech. Like cool as tech, it's AI. They do all that machine stuff, but that's what sold it for me. Market wise, like PSA is good, but I think their grading wise, PSA is good too for the
Mhm.
most part.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid. They miss stuff because they're
Yeah.
human, but for the most part, it's
Mhm.
pretty good. I don't know how their customer service is. Um, I don't know. I haven't even worked with CGC. CGC.
Yeah.
I heard bad things about CGC's comics lately, so I don't.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't
It's
know. It's a big
bro, it's
preference thing.
it's gonna be interesting to see how it's play out because if I'm being honest, if BGS just button up on the business side, they could make their way back to where they
I
were.
feel like
I
that's a harder
It
harder
is.
request because
It
the
is.
way I've seen them handle their business seems
That's
so
true.
poor.
That's true. Yeah.
Like they released a new design and they got all this
Yeah.
feedback and within 24 hours they changed it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, "Holy crap." It's like,
No, that was scary. That was
like
scary
any
because
business who's ever released a new logo or anything
mhm.
always gets destroyed. All the good businesses stick with it and people grow to like it and stuff like that. So like you have to come up with a decision that makes sense and then stick to it. And
Yeah.
BGS couldn't do that. So
Yeah,
I
because
BGS scares me to be honest.
yeah, because to your point, like it was like I think we were harsh on it because BGS isn't our first choices. Like I'm talking about like the hobby, whoever where BGS wasn't your first choice, we were super harsh on it. But their community and their customers, they were mad about it, but they weren't gonna leave BGS. So they should have stuck with it and just infiltrated it that way, even though I completely disagree with what they did. That was a terrible system. But if they were gonna roll it out like that, they should have stayed at least 10 toes down.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever had trouble with PSA's
Me
customer
either.
service. I don't
Mm-mm.
think my only gripe with them, as you know, is them making profit off for how much your card would sell for. That's my only gripe with them, but, like, I don't think it's a customer service issue, that's just their policy and how
I,
they
I
approach
know.
it.
I know. I'm probably like in the 1% of that don't mind it. But yeah, like
Yeah, their research department sucks. Here's my thing is, like, you will have, like Like there was like one major sale for Fortnite, and then they upcharge. PSA did that,
Mm,
but then the market tanks by before you get the card back. So
mm.
that was my whole thing with the whole
Well, but and
research,
I
and
mean,
then
but that's but also I keep saying this. We got preference. That was definitely the pandemic era for sure. Because
still,
that's not the. But
but
you
the
get your.
fact but
But
the
now
fact
you getting
that
your cards back before
but
that
the
even
fact that
happens.
they're talking about like what that card is worth when it's a market that fluctuates like that is really hard, in my opinion.
But you see the
Unless it's like
thing.
a very old, unless it's like a proven track record. Like if
Hmm.
a card was released and it's selling for this much, and they charge you that,
Hmm.
but the market is fluctuating, it's kind of crazy in my opinion. I don't know.
Oh, interesting, JT. Interesting. I have no idea. I haven't even thought about this to be honest. JT said,
I don't think there's
200.
any. I'm scared to guess.
Yeah, I have no idea on this one. I really don't. I really
So
don't. That's an interesting number though.
JT, would you say it's more than the cracked ice?
While JT's answering, I'm gonna answer. I would say I don't know, bro. Like because I know the nuance that we talk about. I just don't know if it's more or less than a cracked ice.
So here, I definitely know there. I definitely think there's more blasters made,
Hmm.
but there's only one card versus two.
Right.
Right. So
Hmm.
did they make double the blasters? I think yes. I think they made double the amount of blasters as they did mega boxes based on like how much you see in stores,
Because
and they
what is it?
get
4 6. It's 4 6, right? It's 4 boxes, 6 blasters. When it's like
it
at the
might be even
proper
it
stock,
might yeah
it
if
might
it's the
be
problem it
8.
might
It
be
might.
it might be
It might
even
be.
more blasters. I think blasters get stocked more.
I think it's like it's either 4 6 or 4 8. It's one of those. Is I think on average from what we've seen, I think it was 4 mega boxes or 6 to 8
If it's less
blasters.
than ice guys, then we have to say that they made less blaster boxes, and I don't know how that's true. I don't know. I just see I've seen more whenever I went to the store. I see more blasters than I see mega boxes,
Hmm.
and they're still being restocked, and you still have some for sale. I don't know. It
Hmm.
could be true. I'm scared to talk about it because I have no idea. I
Right.
just seem like blaster boxes is the cheaper product,
Yeah.
so they're gonna make more of it at a lower price, and then they're gonna
Hmm.
have the mega boxes. I don't
Yeah.
see them making less of the cheaper product and more of the more expensive. I don't see it. Marketing wise,
Now,
I
all
don't get
only
it.
thing I will say is, could it have been a pill to compete with what is beloved by the hobby? Because we knew what they were trying to do
Yeah.
with the blaster. We knew that they were trying to bring interest to the blaster, with having its own parallel. Could it have been the case? Because it does look like that. Like you said, I'm hesitant to say what I really feel on that because I don't know. Uh, but I will say this: if that is the case, bro, triple me down on the lasers. I'm already double. Matter of fact, that's quadruple. I'm
Yeah,
already
I mean,
double
because
down on it. But
if
yeah.
you want to talk about like the tens, we get that like a nice minty tin is gonna be hard to get for a laser.
Mhm.
So if JT's saying like if you think it's 250 for lasers, or you think it's like 25% the print run of cracked eyes, I find that really hard to believe.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
that's because no one's opening up blasters.
I don't think
There
that's
was
true though. I think
no
it is
it for
people
the
opening up
longest
blasters,
time there was cases available at $200 of blasters.
but people are opening blasters,
Now they're
bro.
opening them up
No,
chasing
even then,
Midas.
even then, though,
I know, but
even
not
then.
like they were opening up mega boxes. The reason
Well,
why like the pop is less on in I think is because there's less people opening them. I think, but hey, that's my
yeah.
we'll see. I mean, that's gonna be a lot to catch up
What
on.
what I will say though, uh, I'm looking it up right now.
I will say it's gonna be harder to pull the card you want.
Mhm.
I bet you Midas is gonna be harder to pull as a laser than a cracked ice because you have to open double the boxes,
Yeah.
which would mean less are gonna be subbed, or it's gonna take a lot longer,
Mhm.
right? Because you would have
Mhm.
to have like double the people opening up boxes just to like meet that demand to be able to
Yeah.
sub that much. Because
Yeah.
people are only subbing in Midas really, besides like Kari and other people.
What? No. So here's the thing that I was paying attention to. So remember how laser for the laser of elite agent, this was a conversation me and Dylan had way back when we were first talking about the Midas cracked ice versus laser.
Yeah.
Uh the laser looked like it graded better than the cracked ice at that time, right?
in the beginning.
Yeah, now it's the cracked ice is, once again, both numbers is ridiculous. Like this is crazy. But the cracked ice for elite agent is 6 for 20. I mean 6 for 54, and that's the cracked ice, and the laser is 2 for 24. So both of them, if it stays this way where laser can compete on gem rate across the board, I really do believe it can flip, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think it can flip. My gut has already been telling me that, but it's that series three laser versus cracked ice is gonna be a conversation for a while.
Yeah, it definitely will. I mean, like it's gonna be up to the market. It's like how many people are gonna actually want to keep and hold their lasers over the cracked ice? We have to wait and see.
Yeah,
Um,
because like
I just know because cracked ice is the obvious to most of the market. That's what you want to chase because of Series 1, Series 2. That's what got subbed the more. Remember, we were talking about Skull Trooper, right? So we have to be careful when we're making
but
these assumptions.
I will, but this is what I'm gonna say to counter that. There's
Yeah.
not there's not there's not a time, like if we go with the top tier ones, people are sending, it's just not being put as often. Like people are sending those cards in. Like for instance, if we just go with Midas, soon as they ripped the Midas laser, they were expecting it for grading. That, and even with the elite agents, even with focus, those, it was immediate. Like it never changed. I mean, we were doing a live show at that time. We've seen what people were doing in the Facebook group and all that stuff. So laser and cracked ice was being graded at the same rate. It just depended
But
on which skin.
but here's the thing: is like Mitchell got 3 cases all off centered.
Yeah,
That's why they're not being sent in. Is
of
because
course,
it's obvious.
but
Yeah, the gym rate is more obvious than the cracked ice.
yeah, and but
Yeah.
even see, that's the thing. That's what's gonna make it hard, because it's like, yeah, those numbers may be higher, but we'll never know. All we're gonna know is what the gym rate say, what the pop
Wait,
reports say.
how is this?
That's another thing I was paying attention to. I ain't even gonna lie. This was
How's that? I have to have a little more information besides the pop report.
no, I'm not just looking at I'm checking the pop report. It's not just more so on the
I have a
this.
hard time believing this.
It's odd. Listen, bro, it's gonna be interesting to see how.
Yeah,
I think
I
series three
think
is a little bit more intricate than we think.
possibly, but I also think Series 3 has so many skins that it might be like skewing some like in the correlation might not be what we think it is.
Yeah, yeah, Nick. This is Nick for sure. We've been talking about this for a while, and I'll say the first, because I'll say I opened close to 50 laser box blaster boxes, around 50. Um, bro, it was not a good time when it comes to how off centered they really were. Obviously, it played out pretty well. I pulled one Midas laser, and then I purchased one at that time. But yeah, I noticed a lot within those first couple months. It's pretty crazy.
I don't know about this. I still like the cracked ice. I think the cracked ice look better than the
I
lasers
know, bro.
still.
But this is what I
But
was
that's
saying.
that's my preference.
Yeah, yeah.
I get the point. You're saying that the lasers are new, but
You know what?
it really comes down to but now talking about the laser tints, because obviously, as we're seeing, those are gonna be super rare, or at least more rare than the cracked ice tints. So
Yeah.
those aside, it comes down to how many people like the lasers versus how many people who like the cracked ice look design
Hmm.
wise. That's what it's gonna come down to. That's gonna
But
take time.
that's that's almost all the way true. But the truth is, it comes down to what that, as this time goes on, it comes down to the pop report too. Because people eyes, to your point, people going to like the aesthetic of cracked ice more. But if that laser talking is talking, bro, they go it's
I
going to switch
mean,
their whole
but
perspective on that.
we'll have to look at the nines too, because if the nines aren't selling,
The nines are selling though.
I'm just saying if they don't, I'm talking about long term for
But
to
yeah,
compete with the cracked ice. I think we need more time, to be honest.
but listen, the
I think it's too early. I remember making this assumption with Italy
you did this with
series one.
Renegade though. You did this with Renegade Raider. You were
No,
very, but
I know, and I get that, but Renegade Raider didn't have an alternate.
but that don't matter. It's
It
we talking.
does. That's her
No,
only card.
no, it doesn't. What we're talking about. what the pop report is telling us and how people are going to respond to it. So the thing with Renegade Raider is what the pop report was telling us and
Yeah.
how people are going to respond to it. That's all we're saying with Midas is
Yeah.
that the Midas laser, based off of what's happening, and it's really not changing. It's not changing at all. Like it's stayed the same from when we first talked about it. And if it stays this way, which is looking like it will, it's it's gonna flip. It's just based off of how the hobby responds and stuff like this. Like people may still like the aesthetic of cracked ice, but if that
Hmm.
laser is hard to get and those nines, like I think it, even if you look at Optichrome Midas late, the Optichrome Midas, the laser, and the cracked ice, there's just not a lot on eBay at all. Like at all. Like there's a laser 7. I think there's one PSA 9 up there, and then on the opties is low, and on the cracked ice is low as well. It's going to be something interesting to watch because it could really shake the hobby up of how it's placed down the road.
Yeah, I
No,
mean
but
it's interesting.
so to Kari point right real quick, elite agent Kari, so
Well,
elite,
Elite Agent's not one that I would compare for the
why?
rest because Elite Agent has that line on it. Pick a card that doesn't have her cracked dice is
But
already
that's the
her cracked dice is more rare than the rest of the cracked dice for Chenza, is what I'm saying. For your point, I don't think that's a good comparison. I think hers is abnormally low gem rate. Her cracked dice.
I don't know. Well, her laser is too though. So
Oh, is it?
yeah,
But
that's what I was
but
saying
I
earlier.
know.
Like,
But what I'm saying is like across the board, we're saying lasers are harder to gem. I was just
mhm.
saying Elite Agent's a hard one to compare to because her cracked dice is abnormally low for gem rate.
So if you like, okay, so I'm gonna just put this up real quick. Uh let me see. Uh, screen. Okay, so if you look at this, right, you can go to export, like, so you can go so if you just go to series 3 and then you go to obviously laser, um you can export the whole CSV right here, and you can look through how these numbers play out, and then you can do the same exact thing for cracked ice. And if you just look at the trajectory and how it's playing out, it's going to be very interesting. There's some lasers that are outliers, but across the board, like, because even like cracked ice, like if you think about the frozen set, if you think about the frozen set for Red Knight, her gem rate is ridiculous. Like her gem rate is super high. Like I think she's like upwards of 76%. And she's had a lot graded. I think she might be the second most graded in the set or close to. So it's series 3 is just gonna be very interesting. All I'm saying is I do agree that more time is
I
important,
think yeah,
but
more time is
but
needed. But
I'm
you can look and
hot
try to
take,
project it. Yeah,
hot
I
take.
get it.
Yeah, it's looking real
I get
interesting.
it.
It's looking real interesting.
I just don't think the writing's on the wall yet. Hey Kari, for the Optichromes and the Hollows for Series 3, with lasers and cracked ice being what people are chasing and under $100, I think most people are kind of ignoring those.
I don't think that's true either. I don't think people are ignoring
That
opties, bro.
I'm talking about sellers. Like I don't think like if you look at like if you want to talk about like why you can't find any, I don't think it's not because there aren't enough. I think it's because most people are selling what's going to make the most money.
I think you off on that one, bro.
So
Is
you think there's less opties than
No,
there are.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that people are putting those cards up immediately. It's either that or there is a ton of people that's doing master sets.
No,
So
see,
that's another
he's saying
thing.
there's less opties than ice.
I see what he's saying. I'm not there yet, but it's interesting because it's looking very interesting. That's what I'll say. I'm not there yet.
I'm gonna have
I'm
to do
not
the
there yet.
math on that. That seems kind of crazy.
It's looking interesting, bro. And to your point, I know what Dylan is getting at is that, yo, you pull a cracked ice, you send in that joint immediately. You get an
Yeah.
Optichrome, you might wait 6 months, or you might wait till it's a
Do you know
deal
how many
or
Series
something like
3
that.
hollows and Optichromes that are just in a bucket over here for me?
But you habits is different though. Like
Yeah,
certain
no, I'm
people
just saying, but like,
grade more often, and
yeah, I
like
get that, but I'm thinking about the general public, right? And it's
yeah.
like, I think most people are chasing the hits right now. I mean, it could be interesting. I don't know the hit rate, so maybe we have to look into it. I just don't
Yeah.
see. It'd be interesting to. I have to look at the breakdown again. I don't know how they could do that.
Yeah,
It
it's
should be mathematical, be able to find out. To be honest,
mhm. Yeah, it's gonna be
maybe I'll do that. I'll do the math because I feel like that's kind of crazy.
yeah, this is what Shane, this is what I'm getting at. Like, I know for a fact that people are like, especially when it comes to those ones like Midas, Elite Agent, Focus, people are sending those in, and we have some outliers that we know there's people that have Midas, Focus, and Elite Agent, and they're still waiting to grade
Hmm.
them. But for the most part, across the board, they're sending those in immediately. It just shows compared to the other numbers.
You know what math might prove it. I'm trying to think is I only really opened up blasters and megas. I didn't really open
I'll
up fat packs as much.
Yeah, I opened up a good amount of fat packs,
When
but
I opened up that one, remember I went
mhm,
to GameStop. I got all those fat packs for like half off,
yeah.
and I pulled a Midas Optichrome from that.
Mhm.
Um, the only thing,
What you do
Kari,
with that Midas?
I gemmed it and sold it
Yeah. It,
like a
you sent it
thousand.
you sent it in immediately though.
Not immediately. I said
No,
it whenever
no,
I
no,
said.
Dylan, you know what I'm saying. You sent it in though. You sent the opti in,
I did send
and
it in
that's
because it was
it
Midas
was
is different. Midas is the one that was selling in hollow, Optichrome, anything.
okay. Yeah.
I don't know what
Uh-huh.
the other ones are doing, but Midas is like you got laser, Optichrome. Midas sells. Like if anything, Midas is gonna sell. So when I pulled that, I thought it was gonna be a black label, but I sent it
Yeah,
to PSA.
because it's like it's just certain things that like if you know
But
it's the hit, you're gonna send it in,
Midas
bro.
was selling. I'm not. We weren't talking about Midas. Midas has sold across the board. Hollows, Optichromes. I was selling the base for $30.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But you,
Midas
but
is a outlier.
there's a for series 3, it's a lot more people doing master sets than you may know, and so those
So
cards are selling. Yeah,
real
go ahead.
quick. What I'm trying to get to is for Kari's point that opties are less than cracked ice. There has to be so few fat packs and so few blasters out there to make that work out.
Yeah, I
No,
it
I was talking about opties in general
well,
because
when
you
Kari brought it up,
are.
it was Midas.
Yeah, I know, but I was talking. But when I was talking about opties in general, when I was talking about putting stuff in like the box, I'm talking
Mhm.
about across the board. Hollows and opties people aren't like selling as much. Besides, of course, Midas because he was like the hit. But I'm talking
I don't.
about. I don't see how there can be less opties than cracked
Mhm.
ice or
Yeah, no,
lasers.
I know what you're getting at. I don't know
That,
if I'm there yet with the. I don't
but
know about,
I
but
mean, was
it's
there that
interesting,
few blasters?
bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's because
So
like I
who
think
sold blasters when Series 3 came out?
uh, that I think it was Target, Walmart.
So across the board, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Let me see something.
I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Yo, Nick, they mispriced my fat packs at
No, that was
at
crazy when that happened. That was
dude. They
nuts.
the fat packs they mispriced them, Nick. So I got the whole box for like super cheap. I mean, but for them, everything was selling. I get it; they're putting the mega boxes. That's what sells. But the question is, were they because there was fat packs too, and so you can get optichromes from fat packs, from blasters, and from mega boxes. So
Mhm.
for your theory that there's less optichrome than cracked ice, the math has to work, and I don't see how it can. I don't see how it can work with all the products having optichromes.
Mhm.
It seems. It seems. I just don't see how the math would work.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. That the Optichrome one is interesting to me. I don't know if I'm there, but that's interesting to me. Yeah, that's it's but
No, but they have a guaranteed pull rate though. Shane, there's a guaranteed pull rate. So on the
yeah,
package, it tells you how many you will pull based on how many packs. So there is a guaranteed pull rate. Whether you get that card is not
right.
guaranteed.
But that's where it gets
But the fact
interesting
that there's
though.
that many cards available is.
Yeah, yeah, that's a little it's good, man. I like this topic. It's gonna be interesting because it's I,
They are so the only print runs
matter of
how
fact, let
many
me see
packs they
something.
printed is not available with Panini. But on the packs it'll tell you the pull rate. So for Optichrome, it'll tell you how many packs until you find an Optichrome. That is available. How many of those packs they printed isn't? Panini always keeps that to themselves.
Mm. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. That now I will say that one does need a while. That one needs a long time.
Shane, you're saying that you've never gotten an Opti from a Mega or Blaster?
From a blaster, I think I've only gotten hollows from a blaster. I'm trying to think if I've gotten an Optichrome from a blaster. I can't remember. That's too long ago.
Yeah, so look, so 10 Optis per case of 20 megaboxes versus 40. Okay, but then you have to take into account all the fat packs and take into account all the blasters.
So
It'll be interesting. I mean, that'll flip the market on its head, probably.
yeah, I'm interested when Kari do that one. My strong suit is staying with the laser. The Opti one is gonna be interesting to see how that plays out.
Wait, this can't be right. I think there's at least one. No, no, there's at least one Opti per mega box. I don't think this is right, Natron. I think there's at least one Opti per mega box. I
JT
think it's
said
one
and
Opti and two hollows per mega box.
JT said and gravity feeds.
Yeah, so there's gravity feeds too. I couldn't remember if they did gravity feeds for Series 3 or not. That's why. But I believe you get at least one Opti per mega box, at least.
Yeah, I don't know the breakdown on the Opti, so
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
tapped
have to
out
look
on
into
that
that.
one. I'm tapped out on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. That
I
laser,
get.
yeah, I don't know. The Opti one gonna be interesting, but all I
I'm
know
cool
is
with the I'm cool
laser
with the
wise.
laser conversation. I think the Opti one's a little bit more far fetched. The laser ones, I think you guys have like a lot of ground to stand on.
Yeah,
The Opti one, I feel like that one's gonna be a lot harder.
I think I'm almost positive I
It's
seen a
it's based
gravity
on.
at uh I think I seen a
Hey,
gravity. Where was
I'm
that?
gonna have to look up
Walmart?
all
I
these
think
packs.
I don't know. Don't
He
quote
said
me on
I'll
that.
die on this hill.
I'll die on this hill. Yo, I love it. That
That's what I'm saying, Jason. It's in every. You hear Optis in every single product. I just don't see how.
that one the Opti one is hard for me to that one's hard for me to wrap my mind around. Laser, I'm good on. The Opti one will be interesting.
Dang, so y'all gotta get me back into Series 3. I'm gonna have to start buying
Yeah.
some stuff, man.
It's not that much different from when we was originally ripping it price wise, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
Which is crazy.
All right, let's open up some packs and do some numbers here, man.
Yo.
I mean, it'll be interesting, Kari, if you're right. I just don't see it. Shane's
Until 15
convinced.
minutes
He's
ago.
like, we're gonna die on the hill together.
Yo, the 15 minutes ago is the funny part.
All right, I'm gonna have to break this out. I'm gonna have to do some research because I haven't been looking for Optis from Series 3 to be honest.
Yeah.
I've only been buying cracked ice.
I have a see the hard part is I have a set collector in the family. So I've been like unfortunately paying attention to it because he drives me
Yeah.
crazy asking me about all these things. Like, and then, but you know what is funny though? Like with him, because he's not like paying attention to the whole scale of the hobby. Like he's focused on what he's doing, right? And so
Hmm.
he'll get to like, I think he's like 30 cards away from the master set for series 3, right? And he's like, why is this card nowhere to be found? I don't understand. And his focus. And I was like, good luck with that one. I don't know what to
That
tell
was
you on
my
that one.
fault. I shouldn't have talked it
No,
up so much. There was so many
not.
available. You guys know I don't have a focus cracked ice, so
Yeah,
my man's got me though. Eventually, my man's got
but
me.
so yeah, can y'all tell Dylan? Can y'all get him to agree that from now on he will top to bottom his collection so he doesn't have to go through this type of stuff anymore? Like if you, bro,
I'm
if you
not
top,
savable, man. I'm not
bro, if
savable.
you top to bottom your collection, you wouldn't have never even got to those cards. No way. It's no way. Like
I
worst case scenario maybe, but I don't think
because
you
I
will.
always go for what I know will sell within like 10 minutes.
Which like emergency for sure. I agree. Like those ones that
I
got like
treat
a
everything
two to
as an
three.
emergency. Emergency.
Listen, no, I'm telling you, bro. You better. It's either that or you need to load up your eBay and hit that discount button when you need to. Give a nice deal.
Natron says Optis are 1 per 24 packs. 1 in every 2 megas.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna have to do some research.
That's
I'm not
interesting.
saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I
Yeah.
find it highly unlikely. I don't know. We'll see.
Dang. So you got to Natron got to 90. I think overall, I think I was definitely over 50.
I can't even
Definitely.
remember. I was pissed
Yeah.
off. That's what I
Man,
was.
I did pretty good. I did good. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
didn't hit a single. I think I hit a Vi. I think that was it.
The only thing I did was crazy. This is the crazy part. Well, it's not crazy once you look at the numbers, but I pulled every frozen cracked ice, every single one.
I remember you pulling
Yeah,
frozen
and
cracked
like
ice.
it was
I
like
didn't
back
get
to back,
crap.
bro.
Do you remember? Like
Yeah,
you saw my hits. I didn't get anything.
my goodness.
Yeah, all the
Mm.
packs tell you the what it's like to pull.
Yo, I'm glad y'all brought this up. Uh, I noticed from doing that thing with Marvel Madness that I am so removed from the beginning of the hobby. Like, bro, I am so like I don't even like Westdrum. You know how Westdrum had to tell that we pulled an epic or a legendary. I don't pay attention to that at all when it comes to base cards. Is that just me? Like when I'm opening packs, I like as of right now where I'm at,
Yeah,
I don't pay attention to that no more. Unfortunately, it's just a process of time.
you're talking about like base card wise.
Yeah, yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
I mean,
even
I have all my epics and legendaries set
from when we was
aside, but
doing it originally. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't. Because we moved to like I,
Yeah.
JT has rubbed off on me where JT was like, I only collect stuff. JT said something. He says, that stuff's not rare enough for me. I only collect like ones of ones and stuff like that. So like that
You
made me
can't
double down on just collecting like what I think is super rare and that like
well, I think once the what happened, and this is a good topic for like any like collectors, like what happened was once I started getting some of the cars that I was chasing, I got a lot more specific, and it was just like I wasn't ripping as much. So by the time we like trying to pay attention, like, oh, what's this? I'm like, bro, I'm like, I don't even pay attention to that no more. And not even in a weird way. I just noticed how removed I was from like how we used to view it. And it's one of those weird things. So it brought those memories back for sure.
now this is an interesting question. Kari said, can't you pull Midas and a legendary and uncommon and a frozen and legendary?
That is the case.
Now, is that double? I don't think that's
I don't
double.
know. I think that might still be within the right.
No, but I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if it's double, but it is something. It's weird. I don't know.
Because even like with series two, what's the like series two messed my head up. I can't even do it on that when it
Because at
comes to
least
the
for
epic.
series 2, right? It made uncommon more rare.
Right.
It made the
Right.
legendary more popular. I mean, more there's more legendary out there, right?
Hmm.
Um, but for this one, you can pull Midas and uncommon and that, but you can also get it with just the frozen.
With just the frozen. Because that's what my pack was. My pack was a frozen and a Midas, I think. Bro,
What
I
else
don't
can
really
does frozen only come with legendaries?
from what I've experienced. Yeah, because mine's was with the so I got one with the Raptor. I got one with Midas. Um Dang, that was so long ago. I can't even remember.
Hmm. Yo, we might be faking on series 3 a little bit. I think series 3 needs a little bit
It's
more research,
interesting,
guys.
bro. It's
I think
interesting.
series 3 needs a little bit more research. It's like the stepchild set that's been looked over a little bit. I think we need to dig into it a little bit more.
Yeah, no, it's serious because like as quiet as kept, like it's a we're creatures of the moment, and series three is going to be interesting as time goes on. The numbers are still not high enough, even though it's way more produced. It's highly produced compared to the other two sets. But yeah, it's
JT
gonna be
said, "Too bad series
interesting.
3 opties are pretty horrible looking." Series 2
Oh,
opties.
JT, you don't
I'm
like the series three opties?
I'm kind of in the same boat. They don't do anything for me.
Really? Wow, that's crazy. I
This
think I just
I
like opties. I think I
I
just like
like the
opties.
Optichromes. I like Optichromes, but like the Series 2 ones, I think hit different.
Yeah.
But maybe I haven't seen enough. I mean, maybe I have to see some more. I don't want to shit on them before I look at them again. Let
Yeah,
me
no,
let me
don't
go back
dress
and
it.
look at them. But like I remember like passing over them just because the character being so far away wasn't as good as Series 2. I might just be
But
overlooking them though.
yeah, because like I'll say
Those are
mine's was
all
a
Optichrome right there. Look, my Hush Optichromes.
so my process with series 3 was jaded, and I said that from the beginning. I was so focused on series 1. I didn't like the zoom out factor, so there was a lot of things that I just was nonchalant about. But retrospectively looking at it, uh the appreciation is definitely there, and I'm glad that I did keep a lot of my PC cards for sure. That is, even though the ones that I like is still readily available, but just in general, not having to go back after them.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cards out there, and not all cards are gonna be worth over $100. This is something I've been saying about. It's like there's a
Mhm.
lot of skins,
Yep.
and like everyone's trying to sell everything for high amounts. Not saying
Yeah.
$90 is high amount, but
Mhm.
if you look at other markets, look at sports. There's PSA
Well,
10s that are rare that go for less than $100, that go for less than $50. So we're gonna hit that point at some point.
but to your point though, also like it's like what you're getting at too is the cards that's supposed to be liquid because of how easily they are to sell and the price that they're at like a lower price, they're not liquid because people have them at higher prices. Like, but to your point, you see it in sports where if it's a base or if it's anything like that, a lower end card, those are just to move into bigger cards and to get them transactions going and the
Yeah.
flow. And that's not it's not really treated like that in the Fortnite hobby yet because it's
Maybe
such the cards is still so low.
we're just not big enough yet,
Yeah,
probably.
exactly. That's what it
That's
is. Is
probably
just
all
not
it
enough
is.
cards.
We're just not big enough. Yeah. The
Not enough.
market's not big enough yet.
Yeah,
See, there you
crazy,
go. Jason said he needs one. Y'all can talk one day about it. Look at this,
bro.
man.
Them frozen cards is crazy,
No, the
bro.
Fishstick's frozen one. I need. I
Man,
don't know
bro,
why
those
I need
guys.
it, but I need it. That one's kind of
Yeah,
fire.
all of series 3 is a good set. It's a good set.
Let's go. Yeah, that's
Nick,
they
that
need
sounds
it.
good to me.
They need us. We got to steer them in the right direction.
Yo, man, come on. See if they do this right. Like honestly, if the product comes out the way we want it to, because we already have the rare and scarce sets, we know how this is gonna go if they do release. It's gonna be a lot different from Panini. But
Well,
if it's the right way, the lives might be a little bit more often than usual because
I had
it
a
will be
fear
something to
today.
what's the fear?
So I was at the card aisle. I'm always at the card aisle looking and never buying
Yeah.
anything. Um, and I saw Tops. Talked about them before. Garbage Pail Kids. There's like a new box out or something. I was reading the box just to see like what am I going? What am I ready for? And it reminded me that they're sticker cards. How
What
do
you
you
mean?
feel? The Garbage Pail
Oh, the
Kids.
garbage pail ones.
All
Okay,
the
got you.
cards are stickers, but they're cards.
Hmm.
So like I guess you can. I don't exactly. I can't remember, but they're stickers.
Like, are they stickers like the way Paninis is stickers, or are
No,
they stickers?
they're like cards, but like
Uh-huh.
the top is like sticker, and they're like heavy. See Richard knows, so maybe Richard can.
Yeah.
He collects them. So I are they not stickers because it says
I
sticker
think they're
card
I think
on
there's
there?
I think it's sticker the way Panini is sticker, like where it's just like it's not really a sticker.
Okay. So they just have an outline to make it look like they're stickers.
Right. Yeah.
Richard, is that what they're saying? Because I was reading the box and then it's like it
Mhm.
made me fearful. I was like, oh snap! Please don't make our cards stickers. Please don't.
Man, it's
Okay, it's
funny.
paying tribute to the OG sets. See, that makes sense. Okay, thanks, Richard. Because that gave me some fear. I was like, please don't mess this up, please.
Yo, it's
I'm not
it's
golden. I need more. Are you golden, Rob? I'm not gonna be
nah,
golden.
nah, I got so I reevaluated, not reevaluated, but I re-looked at it. I got about 30 plus cards that I have to have still.
So I was gonna, like I told you, I was gonna start going off one card. I need to make a list. I've never made a list before. It's all up
That's
in here.
crazy. You never made a list. I have maybe no. I know what it is. I have an issue. That's what my problem is. Like I have like 18 lists, bro. I keep redoing them. Like so, I have a problem. I
See,
get it. Yeah, I
I
have a
know what
problem.
I want, right? So my thing is, it's never available. So I'm just browsing eBay till something comes out that I want. That's how I've
See,
always approached it. But
but like so, for instance, I know what I want as in my top echelon cards, but there's a lot of
see,
cards that I
Kari, I
like.
can't. People already like you would think like I share all this information, people give me good deals, but people already be like, I try to get a card and people want, oh, he wants it. Let me mark
Right.
it up some. Oh, this must be a good card. So
Yeah.
it's hard for me to make a list and then share it. I'd rather just buy in the dark, to be
Yeah.
honest.
No, it's I mean my list doesn't change too. I won't say it don't change too often, but cards do get added to it pretty close. Like series 2, I think like 4 to 5 cards was added over the past year. So that's been interesting.
I need a you know how I am. I get the itch and then it's just like I overextend. I just go
See,
crazy.
and I mean, I guess it's like cars that, so for me it's like cars that I have to have, and then it's cars that I like. Like, so that's why my list is so extensive, because it's like those cars that have to be in my collection, then it's cars that I like aesthetically, or they have like small meanings to me in the game. And that definitely peels the list back a lot deeper than usual.
I don't have that cuddle team leader anymore, Kari. That I tried to get that to you, man. I tried to. Remember, Kari was like one of the first ones I hit up. I hit Kari and Colton, I think, and then somebody else stole it. You know, get now. I gotta get one of those back, but I want. Here's the issue: is my new thing is I want to get them raw,
Mm.
and that's hard. I can't find.
Raw to grade for tag, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I don't want to pay PSA prices, right? Because if I'm just gonna get them in my tag for my collection, so it's hard to find raw stuff unless I rip.
Yeah, Kyrie, you let that joint fly. It's cause
I
it's
I
cause
did.
it's cause he don't
I,
listen to his homie, man. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I did let that one fly. I had to though. I can't remember why, but I had to.
Yo, why does this feel like? Why do I feel like I felt the whole guilt of this of this right here? He said I definitely overextended today.
That's
Boy
my
fighter, you
issue.
went crazy. Yo, that's funny. I can like feel it. I
And
can
Kari,
feel how
I
much.
told you. I reached out to you to sell it. You don't remember? I know.
Yo,
I'm disappointed too.
Richard said he feels disappointed. Yeah, I be trying. Listen, I'm telling you, if you got
He
that joint in
he tried to
order,
talk me down. He tried to
man,
talk me
like
down, but
bro.
what happened was I had this huge cheer competition come up. I had to pay for hotels. I got a family of 7.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff hit the fan, and I get paid monthly. Unlike
Mm-hmm.
you guys, try to
Uh-huh.
imagine getting paid monthly
Mm-hmm.
and managing a house of 7. Let me tell you, it ain't easy. So when like they
But
need a
no, to
hotel,
I agree.
I
But
was like,
if your list was top to bottom, it would look a lot different, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's
maybe, but
it's
it is what it is.
listen.
I feel you, but family comes first, man.
Mm-hmm.
Family comes first,
For
Mile
sure.
High.
So like Mile High, like I have sometimes cars gotta fly. I have a system. Like everything, everything that I do is to like protect that top three, like that Lux Omega drift. And the farther I get down, it protects it that much more. And then if I ever have to sell, I go bottom to top. So that 50th card is going way before anything in that top 20 because I got them in order. So
He's a he's a
it's protecting my PC, man.
He's a eat more rice and beans. I be trying, man, but my kids,
You got a Dave Ramsey it?
dude, I'm telling you, man, maybe try to get these kids eating rice and beans. What's really killing me is like not even food. Y'all know food is killing us. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a family of 7, that whole
Mhm.
like that
I
increase
mean,
in food costs, double that
yeah.
during times 7 is crazy. But my thing is, all my kids are hitting ages where they're all doing activities, and
Yeah.
cheer is no joke. Like I have to pay for in the next 3 months. I think I have to do like 4 different dates of hotels.
Yeah.
4. So let me tell
Richard
you,
Richard asking for you to be bald, bro. He said you got a car. Could you imagine having all them kids stay in the
Richard, you
car,
have
bro?
no idea, man. Our
Yo.
next one of our so we've got 4 cheer competitions comes up. One's in Florida. I gotta get all my whole family down to Florida and pay for hotels, man. Whew, life is life.
Listen.
Not to mention the national we got to get to.
National. And then I'm pretty sure we're about 3 weeks away from the announcement of where land is gonna be for the FNCS.
Yeah, it's a so
Yo,
collecting is
hockey
fun.
is
I love it.
expensive as a
If I can keep
mug.
my stuff, I'm keeping it as long as I can. But I'll tell you guys now, like I'm a family man, so like if my wife wants something, if my kids want something, and I have a card that I can move to make that work, I should
Yes.
do it.
But if he listens to his friend and he goes top to bottom, this will be a lot easier for him. But he won't listen to me. So this is just where
You
this is
know,
at. You know,
but
this
in
is
my mind, it's easier to just sell like the
but
higher price.
if you know when those moments come, it's gonna be like, yo, is I'm telling you, like, you know, it should right, I was about to go on the stock side, but that's
He said
besides the point.
I need to get a surgery in March. We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that.
I don't Warfighter, the way he be moving, I don't know if that's gonna stop it.
Is oh yeah, is hockey expensive too, man?
hmm
Ooh, one of my kids is in
I play
travel
hockey. I play
soccer.
hockey for 4 years, so that joint was
Did you play hockey for four
yeah, I
years?
play hockey for 4 years.
Yo, I had
I'm
no
s-
idea.
I'm super close to Canada, bro. You play everything.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, that was it. It was between I don't know how my parents did it because like I was playing basketball, baseball, football, and then I tried to throw hockey in there. It lasted for 4 years. I dropped baseball, and then how basketball and football stuck. So, but yeah, hockey was fun though.
Yeah, when I was growing up, I don't think I played soccer and basketball. I don't remember it
Yeah,
being expensive.
yeah, yeah,
But my kids like travel soccer,
yeah,
freaking cheer is a whole nother thing. My other one's in like dance and stuff. It's
yeah. That
excuse
was
me, man.
AAU basketball was taxing, bro. Oh my god,
Oh yeah, no.
that joint was
So
nuts.
I played travel soccer when I was growing up, and then when I played basketball, um I didn't go all the way to AAU. I didn't do all that. I ended up
Yeah.
just playing. I just started playing neighborhood most of the time. I was on teams, and then I stopped that and just played in the neighborhood.
No, Dylan got that quick. He got that quick crossover. His band be
I
flipping when he go to yo.
Let me tell you, I used to, man. When we played
But
basketball, I was
bro,
dying.
well we about to
I
yeah,
was dying,
I thought we was about to throw you in the back of Randy Carr, bro, and get you back to
dude. I told you I had to go get an EKG done and stuff,
yeah,
man.
yeah, nah. And
I
it was
was
a hot day.
dying.
It was a hot day too.
Yeah, no, it was that made me feel old.
Yeah, I retired from all of that and just do weightlifting now though.
No, I
Retired.
want to get back into it. I just don't have the time.
Nah.
I miss it though.
Yo, Richard, that drink. No, Richard, for real. Like, it's like I felt bad. I'm like, dang, bro, playing all these sports is just it's ridiculous. Like, I had practice at like every point of the day in the summer. It was ridiculous.
So when I did like travel soccer, I don't remember ever having to go as far, but maybe it's just where I lived, like
Yeah.
near DC.
Yeah.
But my daughter, when she's in travel soccer, we have to drive 2-3 hours
Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays, man. I was like,
Yo,
geez.
wait, hold on. This is major, bro. This is major. Yo, so I just hit I hit 280. I hit 280 last week. 166 body weight. I hit 280. And that was after doing a good amount of reps. So the next competition is in June. So I'm trying to get ready for that. It's gonna be interesting.
I remember seeing Richard at the national. He looked a little swole. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
lie. He looked like he'd been put in the work.
Yeah, I like hitting that 280. That was crazy, bro. That's been I've been focused on that one.
Yeah, I hit about 275. You know what I'm
So you
saying?
just like work. I told you what you had
Light
to do to
work.
get over your sickness, bro. I
No, I
told
mean, I went shopping to get over my sickness. I just went. I'll walk around Target and look at cars. That's my workout.
That's funny.
All right. Well, it's already 12:08. We appreciate you guys.
Yes. We'll do
We'll
recent
see.
pickups next week, y'all.
We
And
will do
that's
recent pickups
playful.
next. We had a good conversation this week.
Yeah.
Either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday, I will be going live to open up my
Because
tag
he's not
order.
going to be able to wait. So it's coming, y'all.
Yeah, y'all know me.
just,
I can't
just
wait.
think of that.
So the fact that I have not looked at the grades is the
It's
craziest thing.
crazy. It's beyond me. I can't
Yeah,
believe you did that.
it's hard, man. It's hard. So be on lookout for that. I'll post it. I'll post it in the Discord whenever I get the details. So look
Mhm.
there. All right, y'all. Have a good one.
Have a good one, y'all. This is a good one.